Okay, one of the old names when I first started streaming, I used to run by a name called I used to call myself Third NZ. Okay, I don't know why. I'm obsessed with the number three. It's so stupid. I know it's so stupid. So I used to call myself,
Alright.
and I quickly realized it was a fucking stupid name. But I used to when I first was on Twitch, I used to be a bit of I used to think I was quite funny. So I used to go by like, oh god, oh Jesus Christ, it was like Goblin Muncher 69 or something like that. It was not good. It was not
What is your
good.
what are you suppressing, Luke? What are you working through during those years? What the fuck is this goblin
Yeah.
muncher?
That's why I didn't want to say it. But
What are
hey,
you,
here we are. Here we
the
are.
nut
Here we are. Here we
grabber
are.
next? What was that?
Yeah,
What the
yeah,
fuck is
mate,
this?
there's
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Lukeoce here in the studio tonight. Luke, how you doing today?
I'm doing so good, brother. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. What you end up doing? What you end up doing? Give me the lowdown on your day.
To be honest, bro, I was just woke up, went to the supermarket, got some fucking listen to a lot of Christmas tunes. Actually, I think it's this time of year
Oh
with
wow.
a lot of supermarkets are playing a lot of Christmas
Yeah.
music. But yeah, went to the supermarket, streamed, and rated you, and here
Oh
we
my
are. Yeah.
goodness. You broke. You know, there's a lot of controversy. A lot of people complain about the Christmas music. They're like it's either before or after Thanksgiving here in the States, at least. What's your take? What's your
It's
hot
it's
take?
too early. It's too early. Only in December. Only in December.
You are a
It's
freak. You
mm-mm.
killed the fun. You really got to kill the fun,
No, no,
huh?
no, 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 no.
What?
Michael Bublé only comes out of his cave in December. Okay, so we gotta wait. We gotta wait. We have to wait.
We're gonna use Michael Bublé as the standard, my man. Not even Mariah
We
Carey. That's
no, no.
disrespectful.
I
That's
mean,
disrespectful.
uh-uh.
Do you know? Random question. Do you know MF Doom?
I do not know.
Oh my
No.
gosh, I gotta hit you up with this. I got a theory about people who create Christmas music or Christmas albums. It's kind of like it's their final farewell. Like I've never
Right.
seen someone make a Christmas album and then make a new album and that's been like a banger than the past. It's always they're like, all right, well, here it comes, oh little town of Bethlehem, this and that, and we'll move on our way. But I feel it. I feel it. Look nice.
Send me a link. I'd love to.
Oh,
give a
you
listen.
got it. No, I'll send you in the DMs. Dude, first and foremost, I appreciate you being on the show today. That means a ton. I usually start these things off by telling the streamer how we met. And from my recollection, I'm going to ask you the same question, but from my
Mhm.
recollection, I had interviewed Mr. Jordy X3
Yeah.
and his community and all your guys' communities. I wouldn't even just say his, but all of you guys collided into one great stream, and you all came through, listened to his story, see him squirm a little bit. He got me to drink a little bit, but I don't know if I can pull that off today.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
But it was a fantastic stream. Much love to him. I've been thinking about him lately, and
Yeah, I think about him daily. So yeah.
daily, yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah. Take it easy, all right. Midge is coming for your throat if that's the case. But
Gotta be careful.
true. But and then I started seeing you frequently and in the chat, and I thought I'd give you a look. And I think this is more a testament to the fact that I'm going to take a look. I'll look at who's watching and who's being here and being a part of this. I took a look into your streams, and there was something about you. I just watched it, and I was like, oh wow, this guy's really good. We can get into that a little bit later. I don't want to give out all the compliments at once. But I was like, he's a spot-on streamer. I saw a couple of my friends come through to yours without even me telling them. Omegal's one of them. Hayden, another one.
Yep.
And they've all spoken so highly of you. And so kind of just watching you more and more, what is it, the king of marbles? Is this man's just peddling marbles, all right, down our throat.
That's me. The marbles main Andy. That's me.
I think
Get a lot of slack for that.
Was that what the kennel meeting was about yesterday? It's like, all right, everyone, we get one game, and you're like, oh fucking, I get marbles. I got it. Hands up. I got it. It's mine.
You know
It's
it,
mine.
dude. You know it. I've got my fucking hands on that game.
Yeah.
That's mine. Yeah.
No, but it's good. And then you also had that. We'll cover that too later. But what is it? It's kind of like Pictionary, but there's like 9 screens.
Oh yeah. It's called Gartic. Everyone
Yeah.
confuses it as garlic, but yeah, it's a really good game. It's a really good game. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
and I love that. And did you ever end up? Because I know I tried, and one thing you got to realize about me is I fucking suck at spelling.
I saw you fucking trying. I saw you
Oh
giving it a
my
go.
gosh,
Yeah.
it was terrible. But your community is fucking sharp, dude. Let me ask you: did you end up beating Charlie GG?
We don't talk about this.
Oh my gosh.
No,
Oh
not yet,
my
not yet. But
gosh.
we'll get there. We will get there. We'll get there eventually. So my community is a lot of smarty pants in there. So
You're gonna
yeah,
let
eventually.
him? You're gonna let him have that title? It's disgusting.
No, I'm saying you're gonna really dog me like this right now. Are you?
It's part of the show, baby. You think I'm over here to give you the double
come on.
Glock?
Don't give
What is
Charlie.
this?
Don't give him the satisfaction. Oh, he loves it. He loves it. He loves it.
And this will be going straight to YouTube. No, I'm joking. It's good shit. But you know, I do love what you're doing in your channel, and especially one of the things, you know, everyone gets lost with the verbiage of content creator, but I also want to be able to highlight someone's attitude is a big thing. You know, that's a big thing that I end up paying attention to. Awkward. Thank you so much for the sub, by the way. Much love, much love. And when I see that the way you hold yourself on your stream, that's where I knew I was like, all right, he'd be a fantastic interview. He'd be a fantastic person to just hang out, kick it with. There, that's your compliment, all right? That's your compliment of the day.
Just stroking my ego.
Yeah, that's it.
Keep it coming.
I'm good at that. That's what I studied in college, man. That's what I studied in university, is how to smooth talk my way into giving other people compliments. But with that being said, though, Luke, all right, we start the interview the same way as we always have, okay? In general, how long have you had your Twitch account before you even were streaming, if that was the case?
Ooh, that's a good question. I've been a lurker for a long time prior to creating an account. Like I used to, for like, I don't know, 5 years. 5 years ago, I used to watch a lot of Twitch, but I never made an account because I didn't feel the need to type in the chat. So this current account I have, I think I've had it since 2016, I believe. So that was when I kind of first started interacting with chats and stuff like that. So yeah.
So when you started off, you said you were more of a lurker. Where you didn't even have an account. You just simply needed you just had it up.
Yeah. I used to watch like Ninja, like Dr. Lupo, like all those Fortnite streamers, and I used to just watch, not type anything. Yeah, for sure.
What got you onto the platform?
To Twitch?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was kind of just like the first platform that I heard about streaming. So it was kind of I didn't know anything prior to Twitch of anything else. It was kind of like the first thing that I was made aware of. So yeah, I don't know. It was just kind of just brought to my attention because I obviously Ninja and Shroud and all those big guys were all on there. So that was kind of like what I was drawn to. So yeah, that's probably the reason why.
So you mentioned in 2016 you made this account, which I assume, was it always Lukeoce?
No.
Oh,
That was. Oh god. Oh god. I used to have some awful names.
Go ahead. I'm all ears.
Oh god. Do we have? I used to. Okay, one of the old names when I first started streaming, I used to run by a name called. I used to call myself Third NZ. Okay, I don't know why. I'm obsessed with the number 3. So it's so stupid. I know it's so stupid. So I used to call myself, and I quickly realized it was a fucking stupid name. But I used to, when I first was on Twitch, I used to be a bit of I used to think I was quite funny. So I used to go by like, oh god, oh Jesus Christ, it was like Goblin Muncher 69 or something like that. It was not good. It was. Not good.
What are you suppressing, Luke? What are you working through during those years? What the fuck is this Goblin Muncher?
Yeah. That's why I didn't want to say it. But
what are you?
Here we are.
The Nut Grabber next? What was that? What the fuck is this?
Mate, there's earthquake. That's just I whacked my desk. I just whacked my desk.
Don't rattle
my camera's
yourself.
on like a very flimsy thing. But
yeah, apparently. Jeez.
I had a lot of other shitty names too, but I don't really want to.
We'll
leave it at those two.
Fair play, all right. If I catch what you're throwing down, fair play. But was it all under the same account, or did you have multiple accounts?
These are all name changes, I believe. So
okay.
Yeah, same
wow.
Well,
jeez.
Well, sorry. Actually, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I would love to see the fucking Twitch person that has to go behind the scenes and like, oh wow, okay, so he's going from Goblin Muncher 69. Oh gosh, all right, teabagger on my forehead, and now he wants to go to Lukeoce. What was the change there? What was the dramatic change? Are you like all these kind of sus,
Oh god, that's so embarrassing.
emo, skater, whatever you want to going to somewhat of a clean, professional, not somewhat, a clean and professional name? What was the transition there?
Somewhat.
No, I
No, I'm
gave
kidding,
you.
I'm
I
kidding, I'm
gave it
kidding,
to
I'm
you.
kidding, I'm
I
kidding.
gave it to you.
I'm kidding. I used to watch this. There was actually a guy, again, played Fortnite that I used to watch quite a lot, and his name was Lukeoce, and I was like, damn, that's kind of clean. I was like, I could get along with this vibe. So I checked if Lukeoce was taken, and it wasn't taken. And that was kind of the time where I was thinking of starting to stream, and I was like, I couldn't think of anything interesting to call myself. I was like, I need like some kind of cool fucking name to start streaming, and I couldn't think of absolutely anything, so I just stuck with that, and then ever since,
Since then, you were
because
like, right.
I figured it's not about the name, it's about the content in a way. So
True.
yeah,
True. I think.
somewhat.
Yeah. No. I think you're right. I mean, like, the name can help, and it's definitely like eye grabbing and this and that, but as well as your titles, what you're doing clearly, the content wise are all factors into this.
Yeah.
But you mentioned in 2016 was when you started streaming, correct?
No.
When was it?
2000 and I think it's coming up to 2 years now. So I first started streaming in 2018. Yeah, 2018. So I think start of 2018, like January or something. That's when I first started streaming.
And what got you there? You know, you said you've been using this platform. You had a bunch of wonky names, and you've been watching like Ninja and all of them. What kind of turned the dial in your mind for you to be like, all right, you know what? Instead of just being a lurker or even a viewer or whatever or chatter, I'm gonna throw my hat into the ring and give this a shot.
Yeah, I don't know, because I'd been watching it at that point. I'd been watching it for 4 years, whatever it may have been. So and I've always had like a massive passion for gaming and stuff like that. And I'd like to think at one stage I was fairly good at Fortnite, and I was kind of like, oh, I could show my skills off to some people, and maybe I'd like to make like a potential career out of it if I could, because I love the idea of following your passion and making something out of what you really enjoy. Like, I'm a big believer of that. So I think that is kind of what I don't know. Something just switched in my mind, and I was like, I'll give this a go. Like, why the fuck not? If he can do it, why can't I do it? You know what I mean? Like.
So tell me, let's rewind then. You know, it's been 2 years, so I know things will be a little bit fuzzy, but I like to think that we always remember our first times. So the question is, relax, Luke, relax. All right, we're not family friendly, but hey, chill, my man.
Come
on,
on.
I'm the one that this guy's over here groaning. What is this ASMR? But the question remains, tell me about your first stream. You know, tell me about when you first hit that go live button. What was going through your mind? What did you end up doing? How did you end up ending that stream? Give me the full range of emotions.
Oh God. So when I first started streaming, I actually didn't have it wasn't even my computer, so it's a bit embarrassing. I don't know if there's probably some clips somewhere out there, but I actually streamed from a computer at my job that I was at currently. So I would stay after work.
Yeah.
I asked permission. Oh, that's nice. And I used yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
I used a work PC to stream off, and yeah, it was very scuffed. It was very scuffed. I remember turning it on, and I was shitting my pants, quite frankly. I'm not someone that I haven't always been like super like camera friendly. I used to be very shy, and talking to an empty screen wasn't something that I was used to. So yeah, it was pretty scuffed, but at the end of the day, I think I was just there to play Fortnite, and I had me, my phone, and maybe a few buddies in there, and it was okay. But it definitely got me hooked. Like, I really enjoyed like the idea and the feeling of going live and broadcasting what I was doing. I really liked it ever since I first started. So kind of bit of a drive even from the first day. So yeah.
You gotta tell me how did you tell your boss that you're like, hey, Mr. Boss, like, you know, I'm gonna stay over a little later, and he's like, oh, good for you, some overtime.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be going on cam while in work. How did that conversation go?
Oh God. Well, at the time, that company that I worked for was a very small company, so it was about 7 people at the time. So it was very laid back in a sense. But yeah, he wasn't too accustomed to it, which was yeah. But I think after me convincing him and
Hmm.
I don't know, working pretty hard after a long time, I think he kind of was willing to allow me to do it, and as
Okay.
long as I wasn't interrupting anything during the day or disrupting any of the equipment, I think that was the main thing. But yeah, honestly, the camera was so scuffed. It was me sitting here with a crappy webcam, and you could see like all the office. It was
Yeah.
so embarrassing. I've seen a clip of it. It's so bad. It's really bad. It's not.
This
It
man is
doesn't look good.
you are an HR nightmare, all right? This man is
Yeah,
after
yeah,
hours.
literally, yeah,
I
yeah.
like it though. I like that. That's such a good origin story though. I like that a
Mm,
ton. Mr. Luke, all right. I have your channel pulled up right here in front of me. All right.
Oh,
And I just
great.
got a couple questions. You know, we're just here to
Mm,
talk. We're just here to talk.
mm-hmm.
All right. I'm just
Of
got a
course.
couple questions for you. So
Hit me.
one thing I like to do, Luke, is I like to go through someone's channel points. You know, I love to
No.
ask them
Mm,
about uh,
mm,
kind of why they chose what they did, or what's some backstory behind the ones they've chosen. And one that's very famous, and I love this one, 10,000. Which, by the way, could you before we even get to that one, why is your thing called sausages? Why is your channel points called sausages?
uh, I don't know. I'm a very strange person when it comes to Twitch. I say a lot of strange things, and it's just become like a bit of a channel thing for I don't know. Like someone would come into my channel, I'd be like, "Stop acting like a sausage," or I called him a sausage or something like that, and it kind of just stuck a little bit. It's a bit stupid. It's very
Yeah,
weird because I'm
yeah.
I'm a very weird person. So I don't know, but I don't know. It was the only thing I could come up with, and I haven't touched it since, so it's still sitting on
Mm.
sausages. So
It's not that you haven't just touched it, Mr. Luke. Though you also added a sausage image for it, so it sounds
yeah,
like you doubled
doesn't it
down
look
on
good
it.
though? It's
It
so
looks
good.
great. It looks great. It looks fantastic.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
just was wondering. I was like, where does it? Because usually, you know, people try and make puns or whatever bullshit. Yours just was flat out. Hey, yeah, hey, you got. I have 5K sausages right now. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Why the fuck not? Yeah, exactly. It's
True.
not relevant to anything unless you understand it. So if you come
True.
inside the stream and you see
Yeah.
this man's got sausages, that's a good thing. That's a good
This
thing.
man's
You know.
packing here. For
Mm.
10,000, Mr. Luke, for 10,000, it says set my desktop wallpaper. Um,
Yeah.
of course, that's pretty straightforward in what the reward
Yeah.
is claiming. But my question is, what is the weirdest one that you've had to change it to or were given?
Um, I've had a lot of strange things. There's been a lot of strange things. A lot of
Mhm.
there's a few people in my chat that are obsessed with I don't know how to pronounce her name properly. Belle Delphine.
Oh my
Is that how you say
gosh!
it?
Oh
So
my
a lot
gosh!
of
Did you
a lot
see?
of yeah, a lot of
Oh
interesting ones
my.
with that. Then there's once upon a time I had a few people from my stream on that I had on Facebook as well, and I have a lot of cringy. When I was like I don't know 10 years old, a lot of cringy statuses, and they used to take screenshots and send it
Mhm.
as a background, and some of them are just absolutely fucking tragic. So
Mhm.
yeah, yeah,
So
I've
wait,
had everything from good to bad. You name it, I've
what
had
is
it.
it currently?
What is it currently? It's Belle Delphine. Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like that one's by choice. I don't know why. I feel like this one wasn't
Uh,
a
Hey, I'm not saying anything.
Oh, interesting. If I go on
I
Twitter
would
right
show
now
you,
and
but
see her most recent video, I feel like
it's not good. It's not. I can show you if
relax.
you want to, but
What is it? Wait, are you on OBS right now?
no,
Okay, then
no,
no,
I'm
no,
not.
no, no, no,
I
no,
could
right.
DM you. I'll send you the image.
Yeah, DM it to
Look,
me.
look.
DM it. Well, I'll see it later. I'm not gonna pull it up. I don't. I'm too risque with
Okay,
this.
okay, okay.
This thing is
Yeah,
my,
yeah, yeah,
my,
yeah, yeah.
my whole thing is running on a thread right now. It's running. It's topsy turvy. But I love that. I
Gotcha.
love that. Let me ask you this though. For 100,000, we're skipping right to it. For 100,000, it
Mm,
says custom Twitch command. What is one that
mm.
really stands out to you in terms of first of all, has anyone even claimed this one yet at 100,000?
I don't think so, actually. No, no. A lot of people.
Yo.
I used to have push-ups on there, and a lot of people love giving me push-ups. I had one day where I had 200 push-ups to do, and it was awful. But a lot of people have a bit of a hard-on for that one. So
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't had any custom commands as of yet, so thankfully.
As of
So
yet.
yeah,
As of yet. Okay.
yeah,
Hey guys,
yeah,
we need
yeah,
to
yeah.
step it up, guys. We need to step this shit up. All right, we need some custom command. We need some exclamation mark Bellas in the chat for him. It'll post up a certain tweet that she posted recently. Again, I am just hard as if I'm selling her page right now. I'm selling her
No,
Twitch. I mean Twitter account. All right, not her
Moms, it's
other
kind of
account.
sounding like you're into her
I
more
don't
than
know what
I
you're
am right
talking.
now.
I have no idea
I
what
don't
you're
know.
talking
Maybe,
about.
perhaps.
I have no idea. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, no idea. Yeah, yeah. I've never seen it before. No, no, no.
Don't even get me. Don't try to. This is not the gotcha you're looking for.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sure, sure. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
If we go to the speaking about Bella, if we go to 1 million points, now I'm just curious about this because this is actually attainable. You know, if you stream from over a year and a half, this is legitimately attainable. For 1 million points, you're willing to make an OnlyFans, or it says OnlyFans link. What's the mindset behind that one? Why did you make that a reward? Is there any intent of actually cashing that in if someone were to actually bring in 1 million points to your channel?
Fuck yeah, why not? It'd be a one-time thing, maybe. I don't know. It's a bit of a joke, but
that's the
maybe.
thing about the internet, my man.
Maybe some feet pics. We'll see. I don't know.
Wow,
maybe.
guys, you heard it here. All right, you heard it here. Clip it. That's a verbal contract if I've ever heard it. All right, I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. Hey, relax. Look,
Stitching me up.
Just take a breath, my man. Take a breath.
Oh, that's golden. That's golden.
So, you know, and that's all I have for that, all right? I don't want to roast you too much. Those are the 3 things I had questions about. But I do, you know, I wanted to get our money's worth here too. So I pulled up 3 random clips from your channel. Which, by the way, you got a lot of music going on there. I had such a hard time.
Yeah.
I'm trying my best to fucking navigate your clips. But
yeah,
you know, some of them.
Yeah, I think I need to take some attention there. But yeah.
A little bit. Yeah, I want you to stay safe. But I noticed there's a couple. Yours is different than any of the other segments I've done for this because there's a lot of really cool moments I wanted you just to talk about. And we'll just these are not even this one wasn't embarrassing. There's another one that is, but this one's actually pretty sick. So let me switch over to the clip cam. Wachow, there it is. All right. So this one right here, I thought was a very special moment. I was here live. And so let's take a look into this, and I'll ask you to kind of explain what's going on here and why was this such a moment for you?
No way! No way, dude! No way, dude! Holy shit! Holy fucking shit, you guys! Holy shit, dude! Holy shit!
So
you would have thought you won $1 million. All right.
So just let you know how you spoke before about Charlie being the #1 currently. You know?
Currently, yeah.
Currently, yeah. It doesn't hurt me at all. So this was a moment where we beat his previous high score.
Yeah.
And it was like a smidgen, a split second left in the time to get it. And I don't know who got it. I can't remember, but someone got it. And I quite frankly shit myself of excitement because Charlie G, fuck Charlie G. I'm kidding, don't fuck him. But we beat him, so yeah. There was a lot of excitement, a lot of build up for that. So yeah.
Oh, that was a big moment. That was a big moment because I know you pegged me as a very competitive guy, so you refused to lose these kind of matches, and so you took him out, and that was a last minute, literally 0.001 seconds on the clock, and you got it. You got the level 14 in this game, which is tough. For those that don't understand.
Mate, these drawings, I don't know. I feel like people draw some of these things blindfolded. They're awful.
I agree.
They're awful.
They're like, they're drawing blind. They're drawing on drugs. But this next one here, I think is very, for me, it was just so telling in your community. I think this is something that, it's one of those moments where timing and tragedy align so perfectly to create a clip that I watched this like 5 times and I was like, this is so funny. Let me play for you. It's fairly short, 16 seconds. What I want you to do, though, for those that are watching this, just listen in, all right? Just listen in what's going on, all right?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Fuck no! No!
That face of defeat.
This person was it TTS or was it a bit donation? Whatever.
That was TTS. Yeah.
TTS. Timed it exactly correct to when you would die in the game. How? What are your emotions with stuff like that? Clearly, again, competitive person, a little bit butthurt with it, but you gotta respect the timing. You gotta respect the well-timed joke.
Yeah. Do you know who it was? That was Charlie as well. That motherfucker.
Wow, this man has your number.
Every time.
Is everything okay? Is he living rent-free in your head, my man? Is there something you need to charge him for utilities at least?
I should. You're right. Yeah, I'm like 50% of his content. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I need to get you and him on the same show. This would be a good a fucking cipher, a nice rap battle between you two. But so that was again,
yeah, for sure.
That one was again Charlie, and you were playing this game, clearly trying to make it through the level, and it just so happens he writes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you die, and in that moment, he just level with me, Luke. Were you throwing?
No, I never throw. I'm like you said, I'm a bit of a competitive person. So I was. Yeah. This is, by the way, this is about try 3,064,000. I was very over this game by the time at this stage. So the fact that this happened at the perfect time, I wanted to be done with this level. This game is painful.
Yeah, in that top left corner there, just that panic, that absolute rage, the surprise. He really got in your head for that one, but it's okay. This one here, this last clip I have here, I'm gonna warn everyone that's watching right now. There is a jump scare. I did dim the volume. Good luck. If you're faint of heart, I would look away or just mute it for a moment. But let's give it a listen here.
They're not zombies? Yeah, they are zombies, right? I think so. I don't know, to be honest, bro. It looks so different.
Oh yeah, you look like you're a baby, dude. Look at him. Look at this.
You know, I'm also fresh haircut.
With the crew neck. God. Oh my God, I forgot about it. Let's get to that. I don't watch scary movies. I don't play scary games. The only time I play scary games is on stream. So this, I genuinely try to hide it as much as I can, but I am terrified to the bone. So really, of scary games.
Oh, mate. There's plenty more clips of me shitting myself. I can't deal with it. I seriously, like, I finished the stream and I'm like, I need to go outside for a breather. I can't. Yeah. It scares me to death. It really does.
Look, but the pose you even do, the 2 hands over the eyes and the weeping is what really got me. This pose right here, my man, with the baby face look that you already have, it just didn't help. It didn't help, my man. It didn't. This was both an adorable but sad moment. But I'm glad that you. What
adorable,
game was this?
Thank you. Kind words.
Come on. This looked like 2020 Justin Bieber. I mean 2010 Justin Bieber. Stop it. Okay, you're really going to make me do this right now? You're going to make me do this right now. All right. Justin
okay,
Bieber,
we went there.
Young or child. I'm looking this up right now, my man. This is going to bother me.
Oh my God. Okay. Yep.
Young. This is going to make my search history so weird. I'm looking at.
I need to close your stream now because I can read your chat. I know.
Yeah. Oh, you can't do this. You're telling me that's not you. You're telling me this is not you.
Oh, bring it back.
These aren't you. Guys, are we really gonna do this game? We're really gonna do this game? Luke, are we really? You're gonna lie to me in my face?
Mom!
On my own fucking show.
Mom! No!
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Gosh!
I don't know what's in the water.
Had a good time.
There's clearly something in the water in the States. I'm being a bully. Let me put it away.
But I get it a lot. That was my brother's favorite insult to me. So
really? Wait, he called you? Your brother called you poor man's Justin Bieber?
Yeah. No. Yes.
That's brutal. That's brutal. Yes. Oh my gosh, I love that though. I love it. Hey, he's still a stunner. No matter. Good little handsome young man. So
He's a ladies man. I'm all for that. So yeah.
he's married now, but all right. I'm pretty sure he's
Well,
married. So who knows? Who knows? Who knows, my man?
Oh.
All right.
yeah.
But we'll get into that. We'll
exactly.
get into that in about an hour. So Luke, that's all the bullshit. That's all the stuff to break the ice. All right. I gotta humanize all the streamers when we get on here. All right. I don't want to. Things get a little tense. People aren't nervous when they first come on. So I always like to shame them. Apparently. And no, I'm just
Works a treat. It works a treat.
But to just fuck around there a little bit. But now I'm gonna ask you some questions that are more introspective about streaming. All right, a little bit of a different flavor, if you may. So the first question being, what have you learned about yourself, Luke, through streaming here on Twitch?
Ooh, that's a deep question. I've learned a lot actually. I've learned, I think since I started streaming, I've changed a lot as a person, like in terms of my ability to I don't know, like in terms of like social situations and confidence and shit like that. Like I've learned to like embrace my uniqueness in terms of like who I am as a person, because I think I'm pretty strange. Like I'm a bit of a weirdo, but I think that's a good thing on Twitch. I think it's in such like a saturated market. I think like embracing your individualism as a person, like uniqueness, is what kind of sets you apart from other people. So which before I started streaming, I was kind of trying to repress those kind of like that weird side of myself, that kind of strange person. So there's confidence as well, learning learning how to talk to people, learning how to have conversations, and just my ability to make friends and stuff like that has improved greatly since I started streaming. Honestly,
You mentioned uniqueness, and I really love that word, and I agree with you that I think similar to how all streamers have some sort of ego, all streamers are also inherently weird to some degree, ranging.
Definitely, yeah.
I'm curious to hear what you believe is very unique about yourself as an individual.
That's a good question. It's hard to pinpoint, but I think it's my I don't know. I think I have like a bit of, I don't know, I just bring like weird energy to like, I don't know, like I don't know how to explain it that well. It's kind of just in terms of like a very it's hard to explain. It's really hard to explain. Like I'm a bit of a weirdo, but like at the same time I think that I like to keep it, I don't know how to explain it. It's really hard to explain.
No,
I can't explain my uniqueness. It's kind of just like who I am as a person. I don't know.
You mentioned, let's go on the track of one of the words you used was energy. What's that energy? Is it positivity? Is it more humor based? Is it, what kind of energy do you bring to that table? What kind of energy do you believe or do you resonate with the most?
There's definitely a lot of there's a lot of like the humorous side of it. I try to I try to embrace as much as I can, but honestly I don't know. It's hard to the energy side of it. I think I bring like a lot of, I don't know if that's the right word, like a lot of charisma. Like I try to be as charismatic as possible, and I try to bring like a lot of positivity. I try to my goal is in streaming is to be a positive influence into to my community, and to spread that throughout. If I don't know, with my like the people that follow me, I'm trying to like help them in any way I can, stuff like that. So just trying to like mix like positivity with a bit of like humor, a bit of banter, trying to mix it together. But
I like that. On that,
I don't know if that answers that, but
no, it does. It 100% does. But on that note, the next question being, how would you describe your streaming style?
Scuffed. I don't know. I'm somewhat of a fairly. I'm not like very planned in a way. Like I kind of often wing my streams on the daily. Like I don't have like a set routine of like when. I mean, I have a schedule. Like I go live every day at 2 p.m. But apart from that, it's kind of just going with the flow. So
Do you have any worry about like you going on stream and not planning things out, and you're just like, holy cow, what am I doing? What am I doing? Like, let's.
Yeah, yeah. Recently, actually, like, especially recently, with terms of in like games and I'm feeling a little bit dry in terms of content, but yeah, sometimes it can be like that. Like the other day, I had a bit of a stream where I kind of I was live for a few hours and I had nothing else to play and I didn't know what to do. But most of the time, I'm pretty good at winging it. I often send a poll to my chat to see what they want to play. I give them like a list of six options and they choose for me, which helps greatly. But yeah, I haven't had like the opportunity recently to get my teeth into a game where I'm like super into it. Like Cold War, you know, Call of Duty Cold War. I was planning to get my to sink into that, but didn't really work for me. So yeah.
Wait, why did it not work?
Just to put it simply, I don't really like the game at all. I think it's a bit shit. So
Fair play. No, it's not for everyone. It's not everyone's game. I haven't played it myself. You know, I don't really play too many games though, to be fair. So I kind of play I know a lot about the game, but I'll never actually end up purchasing it. So
right.
With you though, Luke, I'm curious. You know, in the classification of being a variety streamer, content creator. Where do you get your inspiration? You know, even though you don't plan out your streams per se, you know, where do you glean like, you know what, this is what I want to do today? Or, you know, here are 6 things that you gave your community to vote upon. How did you just choose those 6 things, you know?
I take a lot of inspiration from my close friends actually. Like a lot of people from the kennel, like Charlie, Geordie, Midget, fucking Dr. Octopus, like all these guys. I take a lot of inspiration from those guys, and a lot of friends around me. I kind of just sometimes I see them playing something. I'm like, oh, I'll give that a go. Yeah, I don't know. And big streamers also. I try to when I can, because I'm a big procrastinator. I try to browse games and see what's popping and seeing if I can jump on that and whatnot and see if that will vibe with me. But yeah, it's mostly close friends actually, because I try to I support a lot of like my friend streamers and we play a lot of similar games and stuff like that. So yeah. Try to
Speaking about the kennel, I wanted to ask. I know at one point, I don't know whether you said it or I've read it. You're like, this is my dream place to be. This is the team I want to be a part of. How did you even get in connection with the kennel, and you know, what does it mean to you to finally be a part of that all?
Trust it, mate. It's still to this day. It's kind of a bit bizarre to me to think that I'm a part of that team. Like I've been watching Geordie for a few years now, since 2016. Oh no, sorry, 2018, late 2017. So I've been a big fan of his for a while. But what kind of got me into that was they all play. I mean, I don't know if you know Dr. Octopus. I don't know if you've seen him before.
I have.
He's a really nice guy, and I used to play a lot of Warzone on stream. I used to be fairly good at that. I'd like to think fairly good. And kind of got in connection with him. We started playing a few games together, and then just kind of started networking a little bit more inside the kennel, and like really good friends with Charlie now. I'd like to think me and Charlie are pretty close, and that was kind of what started the whole, you know, getting into the kennel thing, which to it's still bizarre to me, because I don't know, it's been a dream of mine since I started streaming and watching Geordie. Oh, sorry, the lights. But yeah, it's big goal of mine, and it's crazy. Honestly, it's
so cool.
When he messaged me, I kind of just couldn't really believe it. So yeah,
that's so awesome. That's awesome. Let me ask you about your community. All right. If I asked your community, Luke, who you are, what do you think they would say to me if I knew nothing about you?
I think there's a key word that a lot of people would use to describe me as a streamer.
And what is
I get called Papega.
Yep.
On a daily, at least. I don't, you know, Papega yet.
Oh,
so
yeah. And they're spamming it.
Spam it, and they're spamming it right now. I'm sure they are. I don't know. I am a bit scuffed sometimes in terms of like reading things, or just being a bit I don't know, just missing the joke or missing something completely. So I get called Pepega, but apart from that, I'd like to think they'd say, you know, like handsome.
Wow, here we go.
Just a great streamer. Great content. No, I'm kidding.
What does
I
it
don't know.
mean?
I'd like to. Yeah.
What does it mean? I'm gonna throw two terms at you, right? Just tell me what they mean to you. First one is Luke.
Oh,
Does that resonate with you at all? What does that mean? What's Gluke?
Lukeoce.
OCE.
Nice. It's a nickname that's popped up. People love to call me Glucose.
Glucose. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, like the okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Sugar,
That's a bit of a
cute.
popular nickname that's come around recently.
Fair play. I actually like that a lot. And then another one I don't understand is
don't say that. Don't encourage it.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Guys, I work for you. All right, I work for you. Now, the other one is he can't England very well. What does that mean to you? What does that? Could you explain that to me?
Yeah.
He can't England very well.
Yeah, when the chat's moving, my brain and my mouth aren't in sync. So there's a lot of jumbled words and a lot of stupid things that I say, or I try to say something like an inspirational quote.
Oh, boy.
I'm not that inspirational, but you know, I get it sounds great in my mind. I'm like, yeah, that's great. That's a great idea. But when it comes out of my mouth, it's about 30% of what I'm trying to say, and it's So
a little brutal. So you got to work your way around. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Let's switch it on them. All right, let's switch this question on them.
I like this.
How would you describe your community to me? If this is my first time going on your stream, I know nothing about them. I came to watch you, and I'm like, yo, Luke, tell me about your community. What would you say to me?
They bunch of roasters. The thing with my community is that there's a very fine balance of it's kind of the same like with me being a streamer. There's a fine balance of like wholesomeness and roasting and like humor and stuff like that. So I think it's a healthy balance of positivity and wholesomeness and supporting each other, and everyone's there for each other. And then there's also the other side of it where we all kind of get a little bit on each other's toes sometimes and throw some shade here and there. And I like it's a good balance. It's a really good balance. And yeah, very, very supportive communities. I'm very lucky to be surrounded by so many kind people. And
Nice. Yeah. Nice. See, and look how easy it is. You already finished the first segment, all right? You finished the streamer life. That's it. As easy as that. It's as easy as that. But
easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
That's what I'm saying. But here's the thing, all right? There's a little segment in the show where I got to go use the bathroom because I'm tinier than you are. So this is the deal. Okay, all right. I gave you an inch, and you took a mile. Yeah, how tall are you, huh? How tall are you? All right, are we using my metrics or you? Me first. Okay, you have to realize I'm an Asian man. All right, so let's put that on the docket. I'm older, which means that you know how old people kind of just regress. I am. With that being said, I'm 5'6.7354. If you want it, no, 5'6".
You're cute.
How about you? Okay, yeah. How about you? Huh? What you got? Huh?
I'm 6'1", mate. I'm 6'1". I'm
bullshit.
You're
6'1". You 6'1".
We could pull up a stream.
What stream are you gonna pull up that has a ruler? What are you talking about?
There was a stream but the past 2 weeks ago where I went to Geordie's place. We had a few drinks and everyone's streaming. Sorry, there was one person streaming, all drinking, and it's clear to see that I was within the ranks of.
Okay.
Yeah.
But did they even pan down to your feet where you had platform shoes? Was that the case, Luke?
I don't know. Go to the toilet.
I'm joking. Okay.
Short man. Okay.
Oh, big man over here. All right, I'll be right back in a minute. This is the time where you can open up the chat and fuck with them. But yeah.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Perfect. It's my stream. I am the captain now.
You're the captain now.
All right. Okay. Chat. What should we spam when he gets back? Can we call him Short? What's up, guys? Serena. I feel like I'm streaming again. NJ, how you going? What's up, Superman? Good to see you. Peanut. How you feeling? I'm feeling good. This man's digging deep, but we're yet to get that deep. So forever 4'5" in my heart. Fuck off. I'm not 4'5". Toomey is 4'11", so let's not talk about how short Toomey is. Superman, good to see you. Can we get a wave of Peepo Haze? Can we get some Peepo Haze in the chat? I'm doing great, buddy. Thank you. Papagos, get out of here. Hypeth, get out of here. But yeah, what's up, Polished Potato? Good to see you. Good to see you. Peepo Haze, look at you guys. They're so cute. So cute, Polished Potato. Love the name. I got all my gang in here. We got Pineapple, Alexis, Keely, Natasha, Superman, Peanut. How's it going so far, though, guys? You enjoying? I'm a little bit nervous to begin with, but I think that's fair enough. Are you? How's it going? You guys enjoying? Yes. Doing okay? Didn't you say Biddy? What's up, Biddy? Good to see you. Elijah, good to see you. Beefy, you sexy man. Good to see you. You didn't say my name to me. I said your name before. Of course I did. Bunch of cuties. This is like my stream now. I am the captain. Also, I realized that my camera on his stream is inverse, so I'm not used to seeing my face in that way, but that's okay. It looks okay. And also, can we just excuse the fact that he called me Justin Bieber? Oh, so when he comes back, guys, when he comes back, what's up, Fizzy? Good to see you. When he comes back, can we all say, imagine being 5'6"? Yep. B-bros, don't start B-bros. Don't start that thing. Yeah. When he comes back, wait. Shh, just hold it. Hold the horses. Hold your horses. When he comes back, we spam that.
How much you gonna pay them? How much you gonna pay them to do your jokes, to do your bidding, Luke? Huh? Look at this shit. He tried to corral them by. There it is. Wow. Woo! This is your king, ladies and gentlemen. This is your king. I'm about to run fucking circles on this. All right, we're running.
I love this.
Oh my gosh! Get out of town, dude. I can't wait to fit in your pocket in PAX. Would you ever? Would you ever consider going there, PAX Melbourne?
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. I'm moving to Melbourne next year, so yeah.
No fucking way. What? If I may ask, what's the occasion for the move?
It's just been something I've been planning to do for a while again. So yeah, I don't know. I've been wanting to go to Australia for a while, but obviously with Corona, at the time I couldn't go when I wanted to, so I'm gonna have to wait a little bit. But that's okay.
Of course. Yeah, no, that's It seems like. What's that?
You got a sexy chat right there, mate.
You know, I'm a professional, Luke. I'm a professional, all right? Whether it be here on Twitch or beyond, like I know how to take the heat, all right? I have a background in stand-up comedy. I can do this. This is nothing.
Do you actually do stand-up comedy?
Hey, the show's not about me, my man. Hey, maybe next time. On the 100th episode, we'll talk about it then. But yeah, I mean, back in the day in college, one of the things that I used to do, I went to a Christian college, and one of the things I used to do is we kind of sneak our way into comedy clubs, which you're not allowed to do. It's 21 and over. And I do about a 5-minute bit, and 5 minutes felt like eternity. And it's I love it a ton. Had to hang it up for various reasons, but I still write jokes. I still write bits to kind of keep myself, a little bit intertwined in that world. But here's the thing, Luke, all right? You killed the first segment. I'm so proud of you. I love where your head's at in terms of streaming, in terms of how you see streaming, your community, the lore of who you are. Of course, we'd love to hear more of those usernames that you didn't tell us, all right? We only got which, by the way, Goblin Gobbler, what is that? What was that one again? One more time?
I can't remember.
The Nut Gobbler or something? I don't know. It's crazy. Yeah. I gotta have a meeting with Mr. Twitch about that one. But now we're getting into the meat and potatoes of the evening. All right. This is the whole premise of this show. It's something that I had done in college with a lot of people, and it's life stories. It's talking about you as the man behind the camera, behind the overlays. When you press that end stream button, who are you? And so the first segment that we're gonna go across is regarding your upbringing and your family. So without doxing yourself, Luke, if I may ask, where were you born and raised?
Born and raised in England. So
no way.
My mom and my dad are both English fully. Yeah.
Really? So then, yeah, I guess this might be expediting a little bit, but I'm out of curiosity.
You can ask anything, by the way. I'm more than happy to tell you
that you're deadly when you say that. You know that, right, Luke?
No, I mean it.
I need a magic word of the day. Any guest that said that, it always gets into this deep territory where we're like, yeah, and then what happens after we die? It's crazy. But I love it. Yeah. All right, fair play, Luke. Hey, you asked me.
Go for it.
All right. So the first question being like, so when did you move from England to NZ? Or you're in New Zealand, correct?
Yep, correct. I think it's been. I'm trying to think. Definitely, I got here in 2006, so like 14 years. I think I've been living in New Zealand. So I think I came when I was 10. So I'm 24 currently. So 14 years ago. Yes, I've been living in New Zealand for 14 years now.
How was the kind of cultural change? Was it shocking as a kid to be uprooted from your time in England to where you are now?
No, not at all. I've done as a kid. I did a lot of travel. Like I've lived in, I grew up in the UK for about 6 years or so, and then with my dad, with what he was doing at the time with his company, I ended up living in Malaysia for 2 years, and then I lived in Singapore for another 2 years, and then I went back to the UK for whatever it was, like a year, and then after that, that's when we moved over to New Zealand. So I've done a lot of traveling as a kid, and I've lived in a lot of places and been uprooted quite a few times. So for me, it was totally fine. Like I feel like I can adjust pretty well into whatever scenario I'm put into. So yeah.
If I may ask, what was the purpose for traveling that much? What was the purpose for constantly moving?
It was just the fact that I don't know exactly, but it was my dad was got offered another position as a director in a different region, and I think obviously it must have been worth whatever the increase was. So yeah, we moved as a family to Singapore and Malaysia. Yeah, in a heartbeat. It was pretty cool. I mean, I don't remember a lot of it, but I remember parts here and there, and it was a really good experience, and I felt like it really helped me understand different cultures and how to appreciate stuff like that. So I feel like it definitely has helped like mold me as a person and yeah, just to appreciate the different cultures and things in life. So yeah, it's been really good.
Definitely. I mean, the fact that you're at such a young age being exposed to so many different cultures and ways of living and languages and all that's got to be such an empowering experience. At the same time, where would your heart reside in terms of if I were to ask you where home is?
Definitely New Zealand. Yeah.
Why is that?
Yeah. Feel like it's well, I've been here for majority of my life, so it's I don't know. I feel like prior to like 10 years and below, I can't remember a whole lot, and I feel like I don't know. I don't know. New Zealand just feels like home since I don't know. I've done like my high school, and I've done uni, and I've done like obviously a little bit of primary school before high school. So it feels like I've done most of my growing up in New Zealand. So I kind of
nice
accustomed to living here more than anything. So yeah.
Tell me about your siblings. How many siblings do you have?
I got one brother, one older brother. He's 4 years older than me, so he's 28.
I fucking knew it. There's something about you that's youngest brother vibe. All right, that's the same here. But you're you're 24.
Why is that?
Why is what? Why do you radiate
younger
that
brother
kind of
vibe? Yeah.
Right now, you're number 39 of my interviews, and of the 39, I feel like over half have been the youngest sibling in the family. And I don't know if it's our wanting for attention or just being the best looking and best like charismatic, you know, what can I say? You know, what can I say? You know, it's just
the
what
best
it is.
looking brother. Exactly.
But I do notice there's a certain attitude that younger siblings have that I've at least it's, and this is clearly not fact, this is just opinion, that I've noticed across the board that are very outspoken and very much louder. And I think it's because the parents don't really discipline the younger ones as much as they did the older ones. So we got away with a lot of shit. And so we talk.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. I agree completely. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Only recently am I willing to agree to that. But That's
Are you the
100% yes.
youngest as well?
I am the youngest. My brother's like 32, 31. Myself 27. Don't do the math too hard, all right? You don't do this because it makes me feel older than I actually am. Carry the 11 that's divided by 3. So
Yeah.
tell me about your relationship with your brother. Are you and your brother pretty close?
I mean, no, not really. I mean, we're obviously there's that family connection. Like I love him to bits. Like he's my older brother, but we don't really talk too much, and we're not super close. So it hasn't been like throughout my whole childhood. It's been very like I love him to bits, but it's quite distant in a way. So
Why do you think that's the case?
I'm not too sure. It's kind of just the way he is. It's kind of his personality. He likes to be himself and do the things that he wants to do. And I think a lot of the time I was that like annoying younger brother that wanted to be like him and do things like him. But yeah, he's not in a bad way, but he's a big introvert. So he likes to just spend time with himself and no, we haven't really spent too much time over the years with each other, so yeah.
Would you classify yourself as an extrovert?
I think so. I think yeah. I think nowadays, yeah, I'd probably say so. I used to be really shy prior to like obviously we haven't spoken about this yet, but I went to boarding school. So prior to going to boarding school, I used to be a huge introvert, like throughout my high school and stuff like that. But over the years, I feel like I've slowly, I'm more of an extrovert than anything nowadays. But I still have that side of introvert. I think like I'm kind of like a bit of a mix, but more extrovert than anything. So yeah.
How about your relationship with your parents? Tell me about them. Tell me about mom and dad.
Well, I have good. We have a good, really close to my mom and dad. Very, very traditional English kind of old school mentality in a way. So
what's that mean?
So very, I don't know, very traditional in the way that they want. Obviously, every parent wants the best for their children, but in terms of like, they want, I don't know, like going to uni and expecting me to have a good job and stuff like that. And if I don't do that, that's kind of not success in their eyes. So they're kind of very old school. I love them to bits and we're very close, but we haven't always I haven't agreed with them completely on their view of life and what I should be doing and what I think is right for me and what they think is right for me. So but I mean, I love them to bits, and I talk to them a lot, but very different opinions on a lot of things, I think. Yeah.
How did your parents take it when you said that, when you inevitably had to tell them about streaming and wanting to make this a bigger part of your life?
My dad is very against doing, trying to make this something that I don't think he really understands, like the meaning behind like what it means to me and stuff like that. So when I told them that I was streaming, they kind of, when I first told them, I used to have a job, so I don't know if you know, I'm actually currently unemployed. I don't have a job at all right now. So when I first told them I was streaming, they were kind of just more concerned about, just focus on your job and make sure everything's okay with that. And then obviously with hobbies, you can do whatever you want. Like they don't care.
Sure.
But so they don't mind too much. It's just more of they just want me to be financially stable and have a good career path for the future. So they don't really understand. They don't understand the whole Twitch streaming thing. They kind of think it's a bit. They don't really think it's that. They think it's kind of stupid, but
they don't think it's important.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you mentioned that you don't necessarily agree with their outlook in life. What is your outlook in life? What is the thing that yours, like, what's your point of view in that, I guess, I don't want to use the word argument, but discussion? Because it sounds like from your parents' point of view, and correct me if I'm wrong, It sounds like because they actually remind me a lot of my own parents. They're the traditional route. They want the stable job, then the eventual family, and then retire, and that's that. So, what's your point of view in life? What do you want from your life?
Oh, big question. Honestly, over the past, I think like over the past, like since I finished uni and stuff, I thought I had it figured out, like what I wanted to do. Doing something that, I thought I was doing something that made me happy, but I realized that I wasn't. And I think the biggest thing that I tried to live by is I want to do something that I enjoy. I want to wake up and I want to be like, fuck yeah, I'm happy to do this day in and day out. I want to fucking follow my passion, and if I can make a living from my passion, then that's what I want to focus on. So I don't know. I just don't want to waste my life sitting in an office. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but personally for me, I just want to I want to follow something that I really enjoy doing, and that's kind of like, if it doesn't make me happy, then I don't want to do it. I don't know. It's that simple for me.
Of course. What's a fond childhood memory that you still look back upon to this day with I guess happiness?
Like, to be totally honest with you, there's
Sure.
I told you, prior to being like 10 years and below, I don't remember too much. I had snippets of things here and there, but overall, I don't know. I've been on a lot of, I don't know, you could say holidays, vacations with my mom and dad and my brother. So I have a lot of fond memories of being in different scenarios, and I don't know, drinking a beer with my dad for the first time on a beach somewhere. I don't know, stuff like that. I don't know. It's hard. I don't have anything like exactly though. I don't have like a very fond memory. I don't know if that makes me sound shallow, but
no, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
And I really you specified something. The more I hear you specified something. You said from ages 10 and below, all of that was kind of, blurred together. I guess when did it start that you started kind of being more, I guess, comprehending more of your surrounding and more of your, what's going on around your life?
I think when I came to New Zealand, and when I had like a bit more stability in terms of my surroundings, because that was when my dad turned around and said that, like moving around I've been in like 15 different schools throughout my whole childhood.
Yeah.
And I think that when I came to New Zealand, he decided that we were going to stop that. So that's kind of when like everything started to become a bit more grounded for me in terms of understanding like my surroundings and having proper friend groups, and so I think ever since after I moved to New Zealand when I was 11 or 10, that's when I kind of started to really understand what was going on and stuff like that, because like you said, prior to that it was very 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 like I'd be in a school for a year, then I'd move to another school, then we moved to Asia, and then we moved houses. It was a bit chaotic, but I think for sure.
This actually perfectly transitions us into the next segment of the life story, which is education and friends. So that's a bit surprising. I guess I could have assumed it with how much you've moved, but you said in total you've had over 16 schools, correct?
Around there. I'm not too sure
16.
exactly how many, but around that number. I've moved a lot. It's been a load of schools. Yeah. Because even in sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, even in the UK, not moving countries, we were moving around different parts of the UK. So yeah.
Wow.
A lot of moving.
When I was in college, I used to be a preschool teacher for a part-time job, and there's something that I've learned there, which is when there's a child that's constantly on the move, there's a lot of unrest. There's a lot of uneasiness because of having not only to adapt, but adapt at a young age. So my question for you is, for those 16, give or take, schools prior to settling down in New Zealand, How did you adapt to it? How did you take that? I mean, I know earlier when we were talking about the family segment, you're like, yeah, this is just what we did. You know, my dad had this job and it was good enough for the family, so it was good enough for me. But
Mhm.
I'm not asking, and I appreciate you sharing that about your dad. That's a really good context.
Oh,
But
yeah, of course.
I'm curious about you, Luke. Like, I want to know, how did you take that? You know, what was your say? I understand you didn't really have a say. We'll move wherever our
Yeah,
parents take us. But what
yeah.
was going through your minds knowing that you had to constantly change friend
Mm,
groups, change environments, change languages to an extent, depending what country you were in at such a
yeah,
young age?
definitely difficult. I definitely did struggle having to take one friend group and say goodbye, and then go to another friend group and then keep on doing the same thing. So I think that's where I learned how to really kind of just I don't know, focus on the things that I could control. I think as a kid, like obviously, I don't know, I've been um, it kind of sounds a bit silly, but like I've like one of the things that I focused on in those times was being able to turn on a Game Boy or whatever it may be, like a PlayStation Portable, and I don't know, video games have helped me a lot throughout the whole ordeal of moving and everything. So I feel like yeah, being able to focus on the things that I could control was something I didn't learn for a while, but it did cause a lot of stress and a lot of turmoil and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I think as a family, we're very, very close with each other. So a lot of, like you said, I didn't have a choice. But at the end of the day, I could always count that I had my brother and my dad and my mum, in the same place. So, yeah, I don't know. It was uncomfortable, but I think when you get in that position of doing that so many times, you kind of get used to it, and it's kind of like you
Hmm.
just have to accept it. I couldn't do anything about it, and it was kind of exciting. It was kind of like everywhere I went was different, and
Yeah,
a lot of cultural experience and a lot of learning, and got to see different things and stuff like that. So there's goods and bads of everything, I guess. So
totally.
yeah,
What I
yeah,
really
Ver-
love though, what you just said was, I can only control, what I can control essentially.
mm,
And I'm
mm,
assuming it's like your attitude, stuff like
mm,
that. That's really personal to you. And that kind of
mm,
mindset, that's a very wise thing to say. That's a very, especially for however old you were as you were kind of
mm,
comprehending what's going on.
mm,
So it sounds like, all these moves happen, 16 different schools. You're doing your thing. You're trying to keep your chin up. You're trying to keep your heart open
mm.
and your mind open to the possibilities there. But then you end up in New Zealand. Tell me how, and mind you, was it always with the knowledge that you knew that this is where we're gonna settle now as a family?
No, we went to New Zealand as a holiday when we lived in the UK. So it was very, I mean, from my perspective as a kid, it was very, very sudden and very out of the blue. Like I remember, I do have a memory of them telling me we're going to New Zealand,
Mm.
and then all I remember is within a week, I was on a plane, and then that was it. There
Wow.
was no 2 cents about it. It was kind of, we were there, and then we were gone, and then new environment and stuff like that. But I
Hmm.
think I think as a kid, you don't really comprehend, the whole, at that young age, you don't really comprehend like the whole, um like maintaining friend groups throughout. You can build strong friend groups throughout primary and then high school, and you can have friends for life and stuff like that. I didn't really think
Sure.
about that. It was kind of like, I like spending time with that person. We go play PlayStation, and then I went home and stuff like that. So it was very, I don't think I really comprehended
Yeah.
the whole thing really until later in life. So
Mhm.
mm, quite
So
interesting.
it sounds like, and when you were in New Zealand, that's when you started doing high school, correct?
Yeah, yeah. So I finished. I think I had like
Hmm.
a year or two of primary left, I think. So prior to high school. I don't know what, I think it's different in America. I'm not too sure. But yeah, so I
Middle
did,
school, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know the formalities, but
Hmm.
yeah, so did all my high school in New Zealand, yeah. So
So let's talk about high school then. All right.
mm,
You know all the stereotypes. You understand. You
mm,
got the geeks, the jocks, the popular kids,
mm,
the emos,
mm,
whatever. what did you fall under in high school, Luke?
Oh, I I it took I used to be I wish I had pictures of me in high school. I used to
Yeah.
be this 4 foot chubby boy. I used to be really chubby. I used to be,
No way,
no,
really?
seriously. It took me a while to have a growth spurt. Yeah, I used to be really
Wow.
short
I'm
and
waiting
really
on mine.
chubby.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I'd love to have a picture, but I don't.
Yeah, no worries.
I've changed a lot. So,
Yeah.
but in terms of category, I did play a lot of sports.
Mm-hmm.
But I was very much more into again, like I didn't have any kind of, I didn't do any huge, wasn't really into hobbies. I was more just I love video games, man. I just been obsessed with video games. Like my brother he's always been a video game, well, been into video games. So I feel like that his obsession is kind of went on to me a little bit because I've been fascinated. So this just I don't know. I didn't really fit into any kind of, you could call it like the nerds or whatever, but maybe
Yeah.
more of like the geeky kind of gamers.
More
kind of-
dork.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
a bit of a
can see
dork.
you.
Yeah,
I can see you
yeah,
being a dork.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
someone that the 5'6" Asian guy would bully verbally.
Yeah.
But if we ever got in a fight, I would gladly, hey man, that ain't me. That I don't fight. But
Yeah.
I like that. What sports did you play?
A lot of football or soccer.
Yeah, okay. Oh
Soccer.
wow,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
had to even
Yeah,
say it
yeah.
like an American soccer. You had to
Soccer.
really insult me with that, my man. I like that. What I have very little knowledge in footy. But what position would you play?
Midfield or defender
Really?
usually. Like so yeah. I didn't really know why I played those positions, but it was just something that I kind of got put into. I'm good at defending my balls. Okay. So.
Oh wow, and thus why you
Well,
stream marbles exclusively.
I mean,
Yeah.
it makes sense, doesn't it? It makes
It's
sense. It
adding
totally
up.
does.
The lore is adding up. I'm seeing it right there. Why did you play that for all 4 years?
A lot of my high school, but
Yeah.
towards the end of it, I kind of just stopped. I kind of just stopped playing sports towards the end of my high school, and I kind of just focused on grades and kind of social aspects. Really, yeah. I spent a lot of a lot of social. I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't really super into. My brother was. So my brother was he was a basketball, and he'd been playing basketball for 10 years, kind of thing. So he was fantastic, and I think at that time I kind of felt like I was like, I'm not very good, and I don't really enjoy it that much. So I kind of just decided to push it to the side and then focus on other things, I think. So yeah.
So, you're going through your high school life, and which, by the way, before we get any deeper there, did any of your relationships prior to high school ever transpire in terms of like, do you still stay connected with any one of them, or is it just
Absolutely, yeah. Well,
Really?
not too many, but I do. Yeah, I do have. Yeah, there's probably about 4 or 5 that I've stayed connected with on not super regular basis, but yeah, there's a good select few that I still am in contact with for sure. Yeah, for sure.
awesome? So, we're doing the whole dance in high school. I always got to ask about formal or ball or whatever you want to call it down there. Was that a big night for you? Did you attend it all? What? Did you go once, twice, 4 times? What are we talking?
I think yeah, we only have, I think we have one a year kind of thing at the end of the year, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
definitely went, yeah, for sure. The later, like as you went through high school, obviously they got more drinking and stuff like that, so yeah, definitely a big part of that for sure. But yeah,
So you went
I
all
love a bit
4.
of a little bit of dancing.
A little bit of dancing. This man,
A little bit of jiggy with the girls, that's
What is the term? Cheeky babes or something? What is it? Or is that not?
Cheeky,
Oh wow.
that's something like is that what you said?
I don't
right?
say that. That's not me. I swear that was something in the New Zealand or Australia lingo. My bad. My bad. I didn't-
What cheeky what?
It's what I see is cheeky babes, jiggy. Oh, see, okay, this is cheeky babes is a term. Anywho, my bad. I didn't want to start a world war with that one.
Cheeky, a few cheeky babes here and there. Yeah, for sure.
Well, let me, and again, I'm gonna save that for the last segment of the evening. But going more about your high school life. All right,
Mm,
you finish you wrap it up. You know, we're graduation day. You get your diploma. You know, you have your cap and gown. Yada yada.
mm.
Was the next step uni, or did you take a break, or did you work? What was in your mind upon graduation day, high school?
So I think I mentioned before about boarding school. So I spent the last 4 years of my high school in boarding school. So when we got to New Zealand, bit of backstory. When we got to New Zealand, I spent the first, I don't know, 3, 4 years, 5 years in Auckland. So north of New Zealand. So it's one of the bigger cities here. So we spent a lot of time there. Then I moved down to the South Island. So down there's a place called Nelson, and my parents live in, still to this day, they live in they live in a very remote area that it takes a long time to get out and in, and there's no high school or any kind of civilization anywhere near them. So they live in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. So they had the option. They gave me the option of either buying a brand new house in the city so that I could go to school and I could live there with them, or for me to go to boarding school and then they continue to live there, so I didn't have to bother them. And I took the second option because, as I said, with my dad, I never really saw, like, love my dad to bits. We get along great, but very strict, and I didn't really agree with a lot of things that he wanted from me and stuff like that. So I thought the second option was more fitting, because then it gave me the ability to step away from that and be in a new environment where I could do my own thing, kind of thing. So I was like, yeah, I'll go to boarding school. I'll give it a crack. So why not? So yeah. So in 2011 now. So when I was 2010. So I had 4 years left of high school, and I started boarding school for 4 years. So I did it for 4 years, and after high school had finished, I didn't want to go back home. So I was 17. I finished high school. I didn't want to go back home because I didn't want to live with my dad. I wanted to be on my own terms. I wanted to do my own thing, and I wasn't sure whether I wanted to go to uni or not. So I ended up having I went and got a flat. I got a job. I was like, I'm going to stand on my own 2 feet. I'm going to do my own thing. So I did that. And then I was like, I'm going to take a year off. I'm going to just, take some time to earn some money and figure out whatever the fuck I want to do. And within 6 months, I decided that I didn't want to work at a grocery store for my whole life. So I was like, I'm going to take the opportunity and go to university. My brother actually started 6 months prior to me, and because he started uni quite late, he had a bit of a late start to uni. He did 3 or 4 years of just doing nothing, and he started uni, and I was like, oh, I quite like the idea of that. What he did, because he started a computer science, information technology, so coding and web design and stuff like that. And I was like, I like video games, I like computers. That makes sense. So I started that, and so I haven't lived at home since I was 15. So
wait a second, I didn't even ask this. Are you home right now?
What do you mean? Like with my parents?
Yeah.
No.
Oh boy, I was thinking, oh my gosh, this guy's speaking out of pocket about dad. He's about to pull that Wi-Fi out of here. He'd be like, hey, yo, you're not talking shit about me over the internet web.
Backhand me on screen. No. I haven't lived at home for a very long time. Yeah, it's been since I was 15 years old, so almost 10 years now. Yeah, I went to boarding school, and I was like, I can't live at home. It's just it really. My mum was really upset because she kind of missed out on a lot of my growing up and my teenage years. But I think for me that was the best choice, because it allowed me to grow into like the individual that I wanted to be instead of the individual that he wanted to be, kind of thing. So wanted me to be, kind of thing. Yeah. So
no, I see.
Quite interesting.
With your decision on going to boarding school, I know we're taking a few steps back there. Is that one in which, aside from being, more independent and away from the household, was it a good experience? Was it something that you still look at fondly? Because I feel like a lot of people hear boarding school, at least here in the States, we hear boarding school as a disciplinary place. That when someone can't do school on when we say normal school, we mean the 9 to 2 or 3 and Monday through Friday and all that, they send them to boarding school, which has what the feel is, or the jargon here is much more strict, much more disciplined, much more holistic in the terms of it's not just education in the classroom, it's also outside the classroom. So what was your experience like in boarding school?
I think it's quite similar. It is very strict in a lot of ways. That it not super strict. I think New Zealand is a lot more laid back than other countries. It's a very laid back. I don't know, in terms of a lot of approaches they take, but it was still strict. But overall, I think it really took me out of my comfort zone to begin with. I was very, the first day I got there, my mum and dad left. I was like, what? I'm stuck in a room with 20 guys that I don't know any of them. But it was a big learning curve for me in terms of socializing and stuff like that. That's where I really feel like I kind of conquered my shyness and ability to talk to people. That's kind of where it started coming from in terms of taking out my comfort zone and having to socialize and having to make friends and being in a social aspect, like 24/7 kind of thing. Because it was.
Do you remember the moment?
Pardon?
Do you remember the moment you had to kind of break away from that shell and that you were forced in a situation where you're like, all right, Luke, it's time to be social or I'm fucking screwed?
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. That's exactly right. I do remember. I remember it was within the first kind of 3-4 hours of my mum and dad left and I made my bed and I was sitting there with all my clothes and I was like, I'm 15 years old. This is I don't want to be the laughing stock of the group, because there's always it's very there's always groups in those scenarios of you got the chads and you got the nerds and shit like that and stuff like that. So I definitely wanted to establish myself and not be, I don't know, put in the way people make funny and stuff like that. So it hit pretty hard. Yeah, but for me, for being quite shy, it was quite hard for me to do that. But I already had I'd met like 1 or 2 of the guys prior to going into boarding school, so it kind of helped a little bit. I had a few connections that I could kind of cling on to, and those are the guys that I still talk to now, to this day. The few friends that I first became friends with, those are the close friends that I still talk to. So yeah.
Wow, to this day.
To this day, yeah. There's
that.
quite a few of them.
That's sick. That's sick.
Because you kind of grow up together, really. And you don't have any parents. It's just all of you in a big box together. So
you said 20 dudes, correct? All in a dorm?
About that, yeah. 30, 20, yeah.
I think now it's making sense why your channel points is sausages. I think I get it now. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, he'll be here all night, baby. He'll be here all night. You think you can take this? You think you can take this 5'6" Asian man? That's fucking from the States. That's from the fucking States, baby.
My lord, here we go. Yeah.
Number one export.
I've heard all of it. All the things.
Well, I had to bring it back to your Twitch. I just had to bring them in. I just had to. There you go.
Kudos to you. That was a good one.
Thank you. I'll give you that. But to bring it back a little bit. All right, to bring it in a more wholesome manner. Okay, now they're on your team. They're calling me out. Imagine being 5'6". All right, this is why.
Oh yes.
I'm the only one that has the chat up. I don't even look at it. I'm looking at the script, quote unquote, of questions. But let's go back to your college time. All right, you said you had started around the same time as your brother, and all that jazz. Did you end up finishing it? Did you do your full course? You did. So you have a degree in what exactly? Computer science?
It's a degree of it's information technology, but it's the same thing as computer science, really. It's just less mathematics side of it. But yeah, information technology. So I have a major in software development and coding, and then I have a minor in web design and web development. So
when you got that degree, and especially from where I heard you, where you were like, oh, my brother's doing this thing, I'm going to get into it, and I'm just going to do it. And that choice was pretty much influenced and inspired by watching your brother do it. When you got that degree, did you know in your heart, you're like, oh, I'm gonna get a job in this field? Or was it something that you just did to kind of get the degree in general?
I think, yeah, for the first 2 years, I was like, yeah, I'm so into this, and I was super. I really loved just the whole thing, like coding and web design and stuff like that. But towards the end of it, I think I quickly realized, well, not quickly, I realized that towards the end of it, I was like, this is not something that I could sit behind for 9 till 5 for 5 days a week kind of thing. The whole
Mm-hmm.
coding, and it was I realized that it's not something. I feel it's a bit, personally for me, a bit brain dead for, in terms of like what I wanted to do, because it's not.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm quite a creative person, and having to sit there and kind of do what robots do is what I picture it as. So yeah, it wasn't something that I when I got to the end of it, was like I wanted to finish it because I had to finish it because I don't know, I had to. And
Why is that? You had to. Why?
well, I just felt like if I did 2.5 years or 2 years and skipped the last year, I kind of felt like it's a waste of money. So I was like, I may as well
Fair.
go take the initiative and just finish it, and at least I have it, and it can also help with future jobs and stuff like that. Even if I don't want to do it,
Yeah.
it would still look really good on my record to have it. So that was the reason behind that. But
So you told
yeah.
me though, what you're saying, Luke, is that 3 years into this degree, you knew that this is just not your passion, but it was still in the mindset of,
Mm.
I might as well finish it. I already came this far. Correct?
Yeah, 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 exactly. It's very expensive too, obviously,
I
but
agree.
it's
Yeah.
kind
No,
of,
as
yeah,
well. I got to agree as well. But it's like,
yeah.
how did that feel then come graduation day? You have this degree you worked hard for 4 years,
Mm.
but you knew in your heart that this is not what you wanted to do and that this piece of paper was not validating you in that right.
Yeah, it was a bit of a almost. I kind of worried about it quite a lot, but I tried to just, I was like, oh, it'll work out. Something, I'll find something and it'll work out, because there was parts of my degree that I did really enjoy, like my major in coding and software development and doing that side of things was something that I thought I wanted to do and focus on, which is why I majored it. But
Mm-hmm.
I told you I did it. The minor I did in design and like web design and web development and stuff like that. That was something that I was quite interested in still when I finished. So I was like, okay, maybe there's, even though only done a little bit of it, I can do a bit of learning on my own, and I could sort something out with that, which is what I ended up doing. So
Mm-hmm.
after I finished and I got graduation came around, I got very lucky. There was a tutor I had. Her name was Claire, and she had an email from this company, and she was like, and the email said something on the lines of, out of all the class, all the year, all your classes, who would you recommend for a job with web design and stuff like that, and other things. It was a bit of a vague job, and she put my name forward, and she told me about it, and they sent me an email, everything like that. But I wasn't too interested at the time. But then after, like I said, I finished everything, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I just, I said, fuck it. I need to get a job, and if
Yeah.
this is something that goes along with the lines of what I've done, then maybe I'll enjoy it. Maybe it's
Yeah.
something I do. So I applied, and I got the job, and yeah, that's the same job where I streamed for the first time. So yeah,
Nice, nice. And we'll get
yeah.
to that literally in a moment, but I do have one more question for you before to wrap up
Hmm.
this segment.
Hmm.
A lot of people that are on Twitch are younger. A
Mm.
lot of them are in high school, maybe college, maybe young professionals. And
Mm.
so I think what we're talking about tonight, right now, in terms of there's a little bit of a battle, it sounds like, with where your heart is versus your dad specifically,
Mm.
and
Mm.
where you both see life, and then that
Mm.
spilled in over to your grade school, specifically boarding school, and now that spilled over to a little bit of college, of going into a focus or a major which you're not necessarily in love with. There's bits and pieces that you are, but as a whole, it's not something that you would say that,
Mm.
like you said before, you're not built for that 9 to 5 to do this kind of
Yeah.
gig. So my question to you would be, for those that are watching tonight that are in a very similar situation, maybe they're on the cusp of applying to a university, to a uni, maybe they're 2 years into their focus and they realize 2 years into it, this is just not for me. What advice would you give to them?
I mean, I don't know. It varies a lot for a lot of different people, right? Like there's a lot of different scenarios that everybody lives in, but um, I don't know. I personally, for me, uh, I think it's very important to follow something that really drives you and really kind of like you want to wake up and you want to do that for the rest, well, not for the rest of your life, but you want to wake up and you want to be like, I'm happy to do this. And I feel like there's if yeah, I don't know, that's very important to me, and I feel like that should be important to a lot of other people. You shouldn't just do something just because you know your parents want you to. But a lot of the time, some people don't have the option to do that because
Yeah.
they're very influenced by their parents, which is, you know, that's how it is sometimes.
That's
But
it.
in terms of advice, I don't know. Just yeah, it sounds really just plain and simple, but I don't know. Life's too fucking short to not do something to do something that you fucking hate. So just try it. If you enjoy it, just I think just that's what it should be about. It should be about making yourself happy over anything else. So yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Mm.
Yeah, because you mentioned that I spent a lot of money on this. I might as well finish it.
Mm.
And the first thing my old ass thought about was, you know, I guess while I agree with your decision, I would have done the same thing. To play
Mm.
devil's advocate, my mind went to the point of view of, but it's also your life, and if you know that that's not your thing, then
Mm.
what is going to come of it. Then again, having the degree does help, especially
Mm.
where a degree in college is now kind of the new high school degree that, like, how
Yeah.
back in the day our parents only needed that to validate whatever they needed
Yeah.
to do.
Well,
It's moving
exactly. Yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
So moving on from education and friends and all that, let's talk about your work history, Luke. How many
Mm.
jobs in total have you had in the past?
Ooh. Hmm. I worked as a farmhand originally, first job. Then I worked as a cleaner in a hotel. So I think probably about maybe about five or
Jesus,
six, seven jobs.
Jesus
Yeah.
Louise,
Well, I've
alright.
done I've always I've been trying to from a young age I'd like the idea of when I come home from boarding school kind of thing. Like I'd take the opportunity to get out of the house and go try earn some money somewhere, which is what kind of pushed me towards getting summertime. There's a lot of summertime jobs, so I'd probably skip from one job, and that'd be the 2 months, 3 months, and that'd be it. Then I'd go to another job
Okay,
for the summer kind of
okay.
thing. So
That
yeah,
makes more
but
sense.
yeah, I think the first proper job I had, you could say, would be that first year where I finished high school, and then I went to work in a fruit and vegetable store for a year or 6 months, whatever it was, and I continued to work there while I was studying because I needed to pay rent and stuff like that. So,
Mhm.
um,
So let's
yeah,
kind of talk about that. Let's focus in on your first job. The first job that you classified was not the farmhand one. You're classifying as a fruit
yeah.
stand, correct?
Well, yeah, like a shop that sells fruit and vegetables. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What were you doing
Mhm.
there?
Just like the lowest restocking
Mhm.
and doing the basic stuff, being on the cash, the till, whatever you call it, to
Mhm.
serve customers and stuff like that. So, which is it was quite helpful for me to get that experience with
Mhm.
talking to people and stuff like that. So yeah,
And
that was my yeah.
how old were you for that one?
That would have been 17. Yeah, 17, 18.
17. Dang. So you go
Mm.
do that, and you last for how long?
Um, I worked there full time for the first 6 months, and then as soon as I said I was studying. I asked them if I could work part time, and they allowed me to, which was fantastic. So then I stayed there for. I'm pretty sure I stayed there for pretty much most of my degree because I needed a stable job, and then
Oh, so it
um,
was the consistent job. It was
it was
a
yeah, it was
4 year.
a consistent it was wake up at before I studied, wake up at I started at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then unloaded the trucks, and then worked for 3 4 hours, and then went to class and rinse and repeat. Yeah,
What did that
yeah.
job teach you?
Um, I learned a lot of people skills. I think that was where I learned a lot of how to present myself in front of people and speak in in a way that was suited for work. You know what I mean, like stuff like that. And work ethic. I had an awful boss. My boss was this short 5'6",
Sounds like a great
Italian
man. Sounds like a great man. I'd love to get his number for a resume. I'd love to give him tell him how his employee or former
give him a
employees do
tell.
now.
Yeah. Yeah, he was he was shorter than 5'6". We'll just say that. Italian guy who he was a vicious guy, man. He used to kick me in the leg every time I did something wrong, which is, you can't do that. But
You can't do that in the workplace. I don't think that's allowed.
You're not allowed to do that, but I just got on with the job because I didn't want any trouble. And I'm a big pacifist. Like I avoid confrontation at all costs. If I've done something wrong, I can't stand confrontation. If someone wants to do that kind of, I'm just like, yeah, I'll work even harder, and if you just leave me alone, kind of thing. So that's what I did. But it was awful. So it was pretty hard, but it paid the bills, and it was easy work, and it taught me a lot how to. It put some good things on my resume, like handling money. I worked my way up as I stayed there for 3 years. I kind of, at the end of it, was more like a supervisor kind of thing. So
nice, nice, yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good, but hard work.
So you do that job. Do you have any other job after that?
Yeah. So
go on.
So finish degree, finish that job. Apply for that job I told you about that I got offered. That I really didn't want to go to, but my dad was very, he was very set that I needed to get a job and use my degree, and that was kind of the influence for me to push me towards that. And plus, I was like, I don't know what to do with myself after uni. I'm a bit lost, so I was like, I'll just do this until I figure out something else, kind of thing. So I took that job, and I started there when I started as a web designer, actually. So I applied for it. And they wanted me as a junior web designer, and I got the job, and I realized within the first week that they needed much more of a senior designer than anything. So I kind of it was a bit of a U-turn. So I ended up not doing anything to do with my degree, really. It was more focused on the design element of anything. So I stayed there I worked there for 3 years, actually. So that's the job I quit started this year. So I quit in March. After 3 years, but yeah, the company was 5 people when I joined, and then by the end of it was 700 plus. It was huge.
Wow.
It blew up. Yeah, because it was kind of like at the start before. I haven't told you what the company did. So the company was a social advertising company where they make the ads for Facebook, for Instagram, for YouTube, Snapchat, stuff like that, and so it was kind of before it really blew up. So then they were in a good position in the market, and then it was crazy, dude. It was crazy going from 5 people being one of the first people to join as a junior to 3 years later being one of the top managers of the company was fucking crazy, really. Yeah.
So talk to me about that there, because I think that's also a common. That's a common narrative as a young professional, as someone who just gets their degree and then has to go into the working world, especially as you tell me that within the first week you realize I am not qualified to be doing what I'm doing right now. They should be using a senior, designer.
Absolutely. A senior web developer. Yeah.
What was running through your head? Like, and what kept you around? What kept you sticking around? How did you realize that, okay, wow, this is a bigger, I'm biting off more than I can chew. How do I stay relevant, and how do I stay, most importantly, employed here?
That was something that, it freaked me out because you should have seen my face the first day I was there, and I was, they were like, dude, can you do this? Can you do that? I was like, yeah, totally. So I was, just sat there and then tried to do my best. And then I think I just had to be honest about it. I went to the CEO and I was like, hey, look, I'm not well equipped for this. I don't think this is something that I can achieve. And I would like you guys to, I have to be honest about it. I'm not going to sit there and feel guilty for 2 weeks, because it would be too awkward, and I hate awkwardness. So I approached him. And then he kind of looked at me and he said, I really like your honesty. I like your work ethic. You're here and you're working. And he offered me. He said, you know, would you consider doing something else like Facebook? Would you be interested in this side of the company and helping us grow this? And I was like, yeah, why not? You know, I've got nothing else to do, so let's give it a bash. So, and it was very interesting actually. Like what the company did. I didn't really understand anything to do with ads and how they were created and how all that kind of jingo jango works. So yeah, it was very interesting. It was very, very interesting. So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
fascinating.
he kind of took me on the shoulder and just said, you know, if you work hard and you know, if you're here 9 to 5, I'll give you the job.
Nice.
Yeah.
Why did you step down in March? Was that COVID related, or was there another reason?
That wasn't COVID. That was just me. I think I got to a point in my career where I was, you know, what I had been told was, you know, success. Like I had a great salary. I was at a good position. I wore a suit. Like I was like this, you know, business, whatever it is. You know, yeah. I was like I thought I had everything that I thought that I wanted, and then I had a bit of an existential crisis, and I was kind of like, you know, I just sat there for a few months, like. I'm depressed. Like I can't sit here anymore and pretend like I enjoy this because I really don't enjoy this. And it kind of went on for half a year, and I was like, you know, I'll push through it. You know, it's good money. It's good for my career. You know, my dad's happy. You know, all that stuff. That's very corporate. It's a very corporate thing. You know, I'm jumping in and out of meetings and all this other stuff. And there's a bunch of bonuses, but it's like, you know, I just didn't have any sort of fulfillment or happiness from it, and I kind of just had to be honest with myself, and I was like, you know, I feel like I either pull the plug now and at this, because I'm 24. I either pull the plug now and I try to follow something that I feel like I can make something of myself. I can be my own boss, because that's what I would love to do, or I continue and I don't do that, and I just get out of the creative mindset and I just continue for the next 20 years in this company or whatever it may be, and follow the corporate path and try to become someone that, you know, is on the ladder, you know. Yeah, do that. But that wasn't that. It felt very against my grain of soul to do that. So it bothered me something else. You know, I sat there for every lunch break, just kind of like, I can't do this. I can't go back and go in another meeting and make more documents and manage these people. It's not something, I don't like this. I had to stop. So that's where I pulled the plug, and I pulled the plug in March. And
so let's talk about that. Let's talk about those two plugs that you really had to pull. The first one is, how did you have that conversation with your boss? How did you take it? You were there from the start.
Oh, it broke his heart, because I was. Yeah, he was kind of like the like the CEO, and then you had all the big people, and then he was kind of like the one under that. So he was I'd been with it. I was like his right hand man, and he relied on me for a lot of things, and it bothered him something else. He was really upset. And they offered me some pretty crazy things to stay, you know, money and opportunities, and because I did a bit of travel with that job. I traveled to Berlin, and they were going to send me to India. That didn't happen, but I did a bunch of travel with it, and it was fantastic, and I loved it. But, you know, I think I was listening to the conversation. I was saying, you know, look, I need to follow something that, you know, my creative path, where this is something that will, you know, I'll wake up and I'll be like, hey, you know, I'm happy with my life. And yeah, he couldn't understand. But at the end of the day, I was very good friends with him we were very close outside of work as well. We were like best friends. So it was a bit awkward, because we were very, very good friends. So it was kind of like we're still good friends, but it was kind of like breaking up a friendship and a job at the same time. So it took me a lot of confidence. It took me a long time. I had to email him first of all to start the conversation, because I was petrified. I couldn't start the conversation on my own. I was like, I can't go up to him and be like, hey, can we have a chat? I was like, hey, look, on an email, I was like, look, you know, I want to resign. Like you know, let's have a chat sometime today. And he called me, and then we went for a walk, and yeah, it was intense, but it felt like the right thing to do. It definitely, I've never looked back and been like, that was a mistake. Never.
Yeah.
So
well, the second plug that you had to pull was I'm assuming you had to have this conversation with your family.
Oh yeah.
How did
Yeah.
that go?
If I'm honest, I didn't tell them for a very long time. It was something that I had to hide from them because I was so scared of admitting that I'm not, I don't have a job. And I think I didn't tell them for like 2 months kind of thing. And then
Oh,
they found out
Jesus.
through, I think my brother or something. Someone knew something and they found out, and it
Got snitches, dude. So how that
snitches gets, yeah.
exactly? They got to get the stitches. But so what
Yeah.
happened? They found out, and
Mm. Oh, it broke my dad's heart. I didn't think he talked to me for ages. It was really hard. Like it kind of, yeah, it kind of like felt like he'd lost all respect for me in a way, and it
Wow.
was really hard. It was super difficult because my mum's always been a bit more empathetic. She's very, she loves me no matter what, but she wants me to be happy at the end of the day. But she's still a little bit like that. But my dad was completely distraught. And the fact that I didn't tell them instantly as well was what made it even worse. And I admit I should have told them, but at the same time, I just couldn't bring it to myself to be like, hey, I've got no job, I've quit.
Yeah.
They wouldn't understand because I didn't have anything planned for that. It was yeah, very scary.
Damn.
Yeah.
How did your dad come around back to, or has he come around back to talking to you again?
Yeah, definitely, yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, I've always been close with him. Obviously, he's my pops, but he's still like, yeah, we're on really good terms, but he still doesn't really think that anything what I'm currently aiming for is something that is respected or
wow.
yeah. So yeah, it's still very, it's been a big struggle of mine for a long time actually. It's kind of it can, yeah, I mean there's been a few times on stream where I've come on and I've just had a conversation with my dad, and I've been like, I can't stream today, like it's just too much for me. It sometimes can be like that, but you kind of like, I can't choose my family, so I still have to be there. But hearing it sometimes is it can be pretty difficult, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
On a side note, I got it. There's a couple things that have just occurred.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie, GG, thank you so much for the sub, as well as for the 5 gifted from Natty and the bits from Pineapple. Really appreciate it, guys. It's tough to try to thank people and as well, focus on, which I think is a really pivotal point in your life right now.
Absolutely,
Luke. Like,
there you go for it.
And well, that's the thing. I'll hit him up some more about this at the end of the stream, but I think what's tough right now, at least what I'm hearing from you, Luke, is that you're kind of going through this. It's this push and pull. It's this, you wanna, and I agree with you. We want to make our parents and family proud. At the same time, we're pursuing a dream and we're pursuing a passion. And if I may ask, I don't want to make the assumption. Are you trying to make? Is the assumption you're trying to make streaming the full-time gig?
That's the plan. Yeah, that's the plan. But when I first, before I quit, I obviously I understood that there was a financial aspect that I need to pay rent and stuff. But
of course.
when I used to live in Nelson, the place that I lived in, I actually lived with my ex-girlfriend now, but I didn't have to pay any rent there, so the only thing I had to pay for was like internet and stuff. So I didn't have that much stress when it came to having to pay rent. I had to pay food and internet and stuff like that. So it was quite easy. So there wasn't a huge amount of financial stress. But at that time, and what I'd been working on in kind of in the background prior to me leaving that job, I've done a lot of e-commerce. So I've made a lot of e-commerce websites, like doing, I don't know if you know about drop shipping and doing these other things where selling products online and making websites. Because obviously with my background with web design and coding and stuff like that, I can whip up a website and I can whip up a website, make it look nice, and then from the job I learned how to do ads, so I could advertise my stuff on Facebook and Google. So I made a fair buck doing that, and I that's kind of what almost allowed me to push me to leaving, was I had that going, and then I was really interested in streaming. But at the time when I left, streaming was I I hadn't really been. It wasn't a daily stream. It wasn't. I was like very periodic for streaming at that time. So yeah, I had e-commerce going and stuff like that. So it was a lot easier for me to yeah, function afterwards. But yeah.
So, and then of course, you know, there needs to be that balance of streaming and paying the bills and all that jazz. Kind of that's the tricky part. I think that's the part that many people, when they watch streamers, they don't see the backstory of that. You know, it's always weird to talk about money because on one end you don't want to look like a charity case, on another end you don't want to flaunt finances. So you're doing this dance of, you know, yeah, I'm trying to make this my job. But I also, you know, don't want you to consider me as this.
Exactly. You don't want to be like a sellout in a way. Yeah.
Exactly. No, I feel that completely. Where do you feel you are right now in terms of your professional life?
For streaming?
Professional life in general.
Professional general. Well, like what I want to do professionally, or sorry, I'm a bit confused.
Well, I mean, you had told me that you wanted to make streaming your full-time gig, your main thing. All right. So I guess with that in mind, as well as possibilities of what else can be out there, how do you feel in your current spot? I mean, you resigned from your job in March of this year. You know, that's fairly soon. That's still, even if we're in November right now, that's still pretty recent. It's within the same year. And all these things have changed, you know, from your professional life to your personal life to your living situations and all that kind of being entangled together, I guess. So I guess the general broad strokes of this question is, I'm trying to ask you, where's your head at with all of this? Where's your head and heart at in terms of where you want to pursue your career, or what are the next steps?
Yeah, I mean, currently, all of my energy is just going into streaming. Like I've started, I started daily streaming in like June, August, kind of start of August, and I was still doing a bit of websites back then, but I've kind of switched off that because it kind of was bothering me, and it was doing okay, and I was making some decent cash, but again, it wasn't something that was driving my passion, and I kind of felt like I was slipping back into the whole thing of just making money to just make money, and I wasn't into that. So yeah, currently definitely completely invested in streaming. I would love to make it a full-time thing, but I understand it takes a long time to get to that level. But yeah, in terms of professional, yeah, it's the only thing that currently that, you know, if I can put enough effort and try my best, and if it works, then that is my ideal career in a way. Like that would be what I would love to achieve. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna move on to the next and the last topic in the life stories. All right, Luke, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Because here's the thing. All right, here's the thing. This last segment, it's the hottest segment of the evening. It's one that I think many people are gonna turn up their volume. They're gonna lean forward. They're gonna pay a little bit closer attention to the screen that's in front of them. The topic that I'm gonna be asking you about, Mr. Luke, is your romantic history. Your romantic relationships. So, starting from the top, make it drop. That's a wet ass. I mean, sorry. I'm with you on that one. We can keep going. Just a fucking hound. He's still a hound. You know, don't let the balding and the dad hat and the 5'6" fool you. All right, I still have it, Luke. I still got a little bit left.
I could see you doing a bit of the wop dance.
Okay, I'm way too thick, dude. I'm way too thick. It's too. I don't have.
Way too thick.
I'm too good at this, man. All I'm saying is that I don't have insurance for my PC, so the WAP dance would just crash. It would crash the whole setup I got going on right here. So the question, the question I have for you, Mr. Luke, is let's talk about your romantic history. In total, how many official? I'm not talking about any of these flings. All right, they out there. Officially, how many significant others have you had? How many people have you dated?
It's quite interesting. I've been in a relationship pretty much, well, on and like most of since I was 15 years old actually. So when I moved up to Nelson, or sorry, down to Nelson, I went to boarding school, as I told you, went to boarding school, which is all boys, but there was also a girls' boarding school down the road, and ended up dating a girl from there. So ended up dating her for 3 years. Oh, sorry, 5 years. I dated her for 5 years. And I kind of thought that was going to be I thought she was the one kind of thing. Because we spent 5 years together. We're kind of like high school sweethearts. And I was like, yeah, this is going great. But that didn't go so well because she went to uni and then I went a different way. So that was one. That was kind of
Whoa,
a
okay.
big one.
Let's and because we go through each. First of all, the question was in
Oh, you
total
want to go
how
through each
many?
one?
Oh, that's
sorry,
my job.
sorry.
That's my job, my man. You're killing me. How many? First of all, how many in total
My
have
bad.
you had?
Okay, I didn't answer the question. I do apologize.
No, I'm fucking with you. You know, again, it's casual stuff here.
I think 3 or 4. Yeah, 4.
All right,
Not 3 or 4. 4.
4. Okay, yeah. I'm curious about the one that you had to put iffy on, but.
No.
Oh, can you remember it, Luke? Did it happen in a flash?
Let me give me a second.
Okay, good, fair play.
Definitely 4. Definitely 4.
So let's start with the first one because that's a lot of time in your life. 5 years. You dated her for 5 years.
Yeah.
What
5
was
years.
it that you were enamored with at the very beginning? What got you to the relationship?
Oh, bloody hell. I think we had a lot of similar interests, and we had the same, like, we had the same friend group, and we'd met each other through that friend group, and there was a bit of a connection through that. Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of like a natural attraction to each other. I think that the first time, yeah, for sure. And
I mean,
Yeah.
5 years is a lot of time. I'm assuming a lot of your friends and family kind of got to know her, and
yeah,
kind of,
yeah,
like you
definitely.
said,
Yeah.
there was intention that you thought she was the one, correct?
Correct. Yeah, at the time, yeah, for sure.
At the time, of course, at the time. So my question from there is, and this is the first one, mind you guys. I'm looking at the camera as I say, this is the first one of 4, and here he's telling us that she was supposed to be the one, or at the time was assumed to be the one.
Well, you said significant, okay?
True. True.
But a few minor ones before that, you know.
Oh my
but,
goodness! Oh my
but
goodness!
yeah. You said significant, so
This
I'm
guy-
talking significant.
Jesus. Listen, man. All right, I get it. You're a walking morgue with the body count that you have, my man. All right, let's. Too easy.
This
Again,
motherfucker.
it's too easy. It's too easy,
Yeah,
Luke.
yeah.
You set me up.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you, in 5 years, where did you see that it was kind of going in a downward trajectory?
She moved away, kind of thing, and then it was a bit awkward actually because the plan was that she was a year below me in school, so the plan was that I'd finished. I finished high school, and I was gonna wait a year for her to finish, and then we would go somewhere together. But as I already told you, I got 6 months halfway through the year. I found that passion for wanting to do the degree, and then I started in that same city. So then once she finished school, she ended up moving away, which kind of just tore the whole thing apart. And I didn't have the money to keep flying up and stuff because I was a student, and so that was where it kind of just started to start to split, which sucked really bad, but you know, broke my little heart. But you know,
So
it teaches you a lot. So yeah,
It was never a moment of falling out of love, more so falling out of kind of the scenario, correct?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Which was one of the hardest things, was trying to understand the whole, you know, she broke up with me. She kind of flew back and was
Wow.
like, hey, like I can't do this anymore because the distance and stuff like that is not working for me. And she wanted to because we don't, at that stage in our lives, we'd only been with each other, and she wanted to try be with other people, which, fair enough, you know. It tore me apart, but you know, that's,
Did
you know,
you
that's
have that
just
same sentiment?
what after did I want to try be with other people, or did I want to break
Right.
up with her?
No.
I mean, Yeah, I mean, I guess, but at that time, no, I didn't want to. But I think I had to deal with it, and I had to move on. So yeah, I guess so. Yeah, then once I got over it, then of course.
Do you still think
Yeah.
about her?
No, I don't actually. No, it's been a long time since I've had any kind of contact with her. Yeah, very long time, very long time. Yeah.
So this one ends. You're in uni now. Who's the next individual?
Oh, this okay. So I broke up with her. Well, sorry, she broke up with me. We broke up, and took a few months, and thought I'd take a bit of a geeze on the old Tinder. So started seeing what that was like. That was good. It was a bit of fun, and then here and there met a girl, and we dated for a year, and then same thing happened, actually, quite ironic. She moved away for uni, and I wasn't willing to go through that turmoil again. And I was like, well, no, I think we just end it here, because she was very convinced that that's what she wanted to do. And I was like, well, I'm not going to stop you from following your career. And yeah, that was tough, but that ended after a year. So that was a bit of a short one, but well, relatively short. Yeah. And
So we go from there, and we move on to again the third one now, the questionable third one. What where did you meet this person, and how did this go? How did that relationship go? Was it also Tinder?
No.
No.
What? No, it wasn't Tinder actually. That was my. Now I'm thinking about it now. I'm saying 4. I think it's 3. Well, in a way, but I'll explain. So this
yeah,
girl
out
I
of
met-
curiosity, please. Yeah, I'd love for you to explain this one.
Yeah. Well, okay. So this girl I met through we worked together. So this was that job I told you about, the one I joined. Yeah, which is never a good idea, to work with someone that date someone from work. Bad idea. If you guys are listening right now, if anybody's I'm sure there's lots of people in the stream. Don't date somebody that
Such
you
a
work
fucking
with. It's not a good
HR
idea.
liability. What is your problem? Luke?
I know.
Keep it in your fucking
streaming
pants.
in the office, dating
Yeah.
the
Dating
genius.
the
I
what?
mean,
Dating the what? What?
the girl from the same office as well,
Gotcha.
which was
Okay.
6 people. So yeah.
Jeez
Um,
Louise.
Yeah, so we started dating, and that was a very interesting relationship, actually. So that was, yeah. Now I think about it, it is 3. That was my last relationship. Okay, there's no explanation needed. That was the last person I dated. I thought that don't need to go into details. That's fine. So we dated for 3 years, and very different relationship than that's very much more different than I've ever dealt with any other kind of girl, because we moved in with each other within like a month of dating. It was very, very intense. I had a falling out with my landlord, and then I went to live with her and her parents and her family, which was
Wow.
crazy, really.
What was the dynamic there? Give me the dynamic. How did that work for you? Personally, how did that work for you? Were you okay with that? I mean, clearly there wasn't any other options.
Yeah, it was. I mean, they were very open arms. They're lovely people, so they were more than happy to. But I mean, I was comfortable at the time. It was, it was great. I honestly had no regret with that, because they were Japanese, right? So it was very interesting moving into a Japanese home and learning a lot about their culture and the things that they do and stuff like that. So I learned a lot, and I was very comfortable. I had no issues with that. So, yeah, it was very interesting, because it's really interesting, because we started dating, and then we moved in with each other. Well, I moved in with her.
Yeah.
And we lived together. We lived together and we worked together. So I spent pretty much every single day for 3 years with this girl. Every single day, like more time than any other relationship that I've ever been. It was. Yeah. Now I think back on it, and it kind of it's a bit scary to you just every single moment of pretty much every day for 3 years with this one person. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
First off, good on you with the Japanese lady. All right, I shake my head because that's out of jealousy. All right, that's just Of
Okay.
course, of course. And knowing that now you are my competition in life for that, this is this interview's over, quite frankly. No.
Okay.
So
Bye.
get out of here. So you know you this is actually very such a strange dynamic, and not strange, but it's a complex dynamic. Let's go with that because it's you're dating her, you're living with her family, you also work with her, you're having very little time to breathe on your own. Let's talk about this first, all right? Let's talk about you and streaming, all right? You were streaming while you were dating her, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
How did that work? Because I know that's a very, does she understand the world of Twitch?
Not at all, but she was very, very supportive of the whole thing. She was kind of one of the big she was very supportive. She thought it was, she could see that it was something that I was very passionate about, and she cared about that. So she was very, very supportive from the get-go, which was kind of one of the bigger motivators for me to give it a good crack. And yeah, she loved it, but she didn't understand it, but she loved it. So yeah.
And then in terms of like living with her, did you find that dynamic difficult? Especially, I mean, mind you, you're dating her, but it's also her house. It's her family's house. You're amongst her parents, which I don't, are they traditional or not? Because if they're traditional, it's
yeah, quite traditional, but also somewhat laid back. I think there's an element of the New Zealand. They've been living in New Zealand for quite some time. So she obviously the whole family's Japanese, but mom and dad were very traditional. But she was much more Kiwi than she was Japanese in a way.
I see. So,
yeah.
With this individual, and I assume that you introduced her to your family or your parents?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And you dated for, again, how long?
For 3 years.
For 3 years.
We broke up in July this year. Yeah.
Wow. Similar to the first girl, how did you see the relationship was degrading or kind of falling apart?
Well, that's the thing. There's a bit of a story. There's a bit of a juicy story behind this. I didn't see it degrading at all. I was completely invested in the whole thing, and I'd love it at bits. I would have done anything for this woman. But yeah, it was much more on her side. The whole thing kind of just fell apart because she obviously wasn't completely invested in me. It's a bit rough to talk about, but I'm happy to talk about it. So when Corona happened, we were on lockdown and stuff like that. Is this okay to me to talk about this? But like go into the story.
Of course. I mean, this is
just double checking. Yeah, I know. I was just double checking. So when Corona came about, we had to everyone had to stay in your own bubbles, and I had this best friend. You know this is going. I had this best friend, and he would come around every weekend because she was a musician, right? She was a pianist, and she was incredible. She's very talented, and she wanted to become an artist, so she started making music with this guy who also worked at the same place. Yeah, and yeah, it was a bit of a triangle. So I was very good friends with him, and over the course of 4, 5, 6 months, whatever it was, he would be coming around every few weekends, most weekends. And I thought nothing of it because I was like, I'm very invested in this girl, and I had no signs that it was going anywhere bad. I trusted her, and I thought she felt the same way. And I didn't think of anything of it. And over 6 months of most weekends and being there, I kind of started to be like, is there anything going on there? I'm getting a bit of a weird vibe, but I'd been promised that it was nothing, and nothing had happened and shit like that. But I'd come out of the streaming room and they'd be having like wines with each other at the table with like candles, and I'm like, I don't even do that with you. You don't even want to do that with me. And so it was I had a lot of suspicion, but you don't want to be that guy that forces that awkwardness and be, if there is nothing once you've been promised nothing. So I was blinded by love in a sense. So I was like, yeah, I believe her. And over the like 6 months, towards the end of the 6 months, there was a night where all of our friends were going drinking, and I was like, no, I'm gonna stream because streaming is priority. and I wanted to stream because I'd promised I'd stream to my community, and yeah, it ended up that she was supposed to stay on the couch, and then I had friends in the same house, and they were like, "Hey, you know, she said she was staying on the couch, but she wasn't on the couch," and turns out that they had been texting and talking and doing things behind my back for a very long time, and this was the first time that because my friends told me about it. And I confronted her and I said, "Hey," she got home and I could see that you can see the look on someone's face when something's wrong, or you can just tell the body language. It's so easy to tell when someone's not, especially when you spent 3 years every day with this person. Like I could tell instantly that there was something going on, and I knew, obviously, with my suspicions. I was like, "You stayed with him, didn't you?" And she was like, "No, I don't know what you mean." I was like, "No, and my friend told me that you didn't stay on the couch," and then she kind of just let everything out and was like, "Yeah, this had been going on, and I slept in the bed with him, and etc. etc." And but then it took me a long time to get more details out of her about like how they'd been talking for ages and there'd been stuff going on in the background, and that obviously that was the point where it went to shit. And my dumbass being too kind and too because I was in love with her completely. I was willing to be like, "Yo, it's we can work through this," and she just cheated on me, and I look back, that's just stupid. So it took me, like, I lived with her for like another, like, almost like a few weeks after that, and trying to even though it broke me, trying to accept it and work through it. But she was like, I want to be with him, kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, all right, like, yeah, I didn't know what to do, and I wanted to work through it, but she didn't want to do it. So I had to have my mom and dad came in, and yeah, they were kind of just like, "You need to get the fuck out of here. Like, this is you're gonna feel like it's gonna affect your like your self-esteem and your confidence, and like you think it's gonna be your fault because you're willing to accept." You know what I mean? Like, she was trying to put it was me, but obviously I didn't do anything wrong. So yeah, my mom and dad had to come and pull me out and be like, "Yeah, you need to get out." And all my friends were like, "Dude, what are you doing? You shouldn't be with this woman. She's treated you like shit." So yeah, it took me a long time to figure that out, but yeah, pretty rough.
I mean,
Yeah.
I telling you I'm sorry doesn't do it justice.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But honestly, that's so shitty, and that's so.
Mm.
When
it fucking broke me, dude. It really did, especially with somebody that you're so close with, and my best friend, and
yeah.
Even willing to try fix it, but she still said she didn't want to. It was kind of like, I was giving her like 300%, and she was giving 10%, and just me being blinded by love was yeah.
So, let me ask you about that. When you had to stay there for an extra couple of weeks, what were those interactions like? Were you trying to still figure a way to win her over and make all of it disappear, or were you trying to find an exit strategy of it all?
No, that's what I was saying. Like, I was so blinded by the fact that, like, I thought that I was like, "Oh, I love this girl so much, and I'm willing to, forgive her for this." And even though I shouldn't even, it shouldn't even gone through my head. But yeah, like, there was a moment where she was trying, and it was like, I was like, "Oh, we might be fine," and stuff like that. But I think once that trust is gone, it's really hard to get that trust back. And she's like, "Oh, I still want to make music with him," and I was like, obviously I don't trust you, because you've just broken that trust. So I think there was she was trying to, like, because it's really weird, actually, because she wanted to, very twisted, she wanted to, this is gonna sound so weird, right? So she wanted to, like, try have both of us, and it was like she was convinced that it would work. Us being in a like that kind of
Wait.
three-way. I'm
I was gonna ask you,
no,
is she
no
asking
way.
to have a 3-way, or is she asking to have a 3-way relationship, or both?
Well, yeah, there was a part in that fucking exactly. There was a part where she wanted to have she wanted to have me and him, and I was like, that's, and he was somewhat okay with it. I'm like, no, if I'm in a relationship, I want you completely. There's no part of me that wants to be with you when you're with someone else. Like that's not how I roll. And she tried to make me feel awful about it. She was like, oh yes, it's traditional thinking, and I'm like, no, no, what? Hello? Like, no, that's just
She
me
tried
being
to
a
give
normal
you with it.
person.
You're thinking way too traditional. Think outside the box.
Yeah.
Think outside
No,
of the
seriously.
bun. That's so fucking
That
crazy.
was the
That's
conversation.
insane.
It was
That's insane.
fucking nuts.
That's
fucking
stupid.
nuts now I think
That's
about it.
stupid.
So fucking disgusting.
What a disgusting argument. So,
Exactly.
Luke, and mind you, like, such a fucking tragic and brutal place to be. Where did you find solace? Where were you able? I mean, it would be dumb for me to ask you if are you okay now? I don't think you are. I think it's perfectly fine to not be. But my question is, where are you finding solace? Where are you finding a safe space to recover? And how are you recovering right now?
Well, to be totally honest with you, bro, I do feel like it's taken a while, but I do feel like I'm at a stage right now where it doesn't I've gone past that, and I've kind of it doesn't bother me anymore. It bothered me for a long time, on and off, obviously, but to be completely honest, I found the thing that kind of drove me and helped me get my mindset away from that and the struggle of that was streaming. I stream very periodically. Like prior to that, like 2-3 times a week, and after that happened, and after I moved out, and I lived with my friend on his floor for like a month, and then I moved here, and I just put all of my energy and all of my mindset into streaming. And in the gym, I was like, I need to progress and that progress in my health and on streaming were the two things that distracted me more than anything. And I fully just focused on that, trying to obviously distract myself somewhat, even though I needed to go through the emotions to get over it, but it was soul crushing, dude. It literally, I would sit there and just, it was very hard for me to understand that mentality, like how could she do that to me? But yeah, streaming was one of the things that just, I buried myself in it, and I became, I was like, I'm going to daily stream, I'm going to stream 6 days a week, and I'm going to stream for 4 or 5 hours a day, and I'm going to, that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to crush it. And that's what has driven me to the stage that I'm in currently. So I think it's very important to, sorry if I'm jumping ahead, but it's no. I felt like it was a very important stage for me to find that motivation and really understand, like, I need to focus on something to get my head out of it, and that, yeah, it worked, and I feel like I've taken one of the biggest L's, but it's given me one of the biggest dubs in a long time. I feel like it's what has driven to my current. I'm not trying to say I'm successful on Twitch, but over the past few months, I feel like I've grown
your momentum
a lot.
Yeah,
a lot of momentum and a lot of support, and
true.
It's driven me to that. So I've kind of tried to take, I always try to take the positives from the negatives where I can, and that's one of the biggest positives ever. So
and I think I want to also be able to mention that, like, I notice you keep this is off the topic a little bit. I notice you keep apologizing, Luke. Let's cut it out. All right. The pace of this show goes at the guest, so there's no reason to apologize. The script I showed you, we don't even have to fucking follow that. This is this is a total conversation. At first, I was like, "Is this guy fucking nervous?" And then I realized, this is the first guest in 37 times I've done this. He's actually respectful, and so I'm not accustomed to these two worlds, and I appreciate the kindness. But you've shared so much tonight, and I'm not even wrapping it up, because I do have one more question about your love life, and it's one more kind of theme of it. But I want to ask your state of the union right now, like where you are right now in terms of relationships. Are we talking we're back on Tinder again? Are you talking to someone right now? Is that even a place that you feel that you are emotionally ready to jump back into?
So yeah, not Tinder. Honestly, my opinion on I fucking hate Tinder. I think it's an awful place to meet people in a genuine way. I can't stand it. So no, no, not Tinder. But I am talking to a certain someone, and we are yeah. She's yeah. And I'm definitely at the stage in my life where I'm ready to 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 open myself up to someone, and I have, and she's yeah, I'm not gonna name names because I kind of like to keep that a little bit.
Wow. Okay. Hey, and that's
But
okay. That's totally fine with me. That's totally fine
yeah,
with me.
yeah. So she's lovely, and I
Mhm.
think after that what happened previously, I'm never gonna let anybody in that is treating me even a smidge uh in a bad way, because that is, I've learned that I need to be with somebody that loves and respects me 100
True.
percent.
True.
And
I love
so
that time.
yeah,
Know
yeah,
your
yeah.
worth, man. Know your worth.
Exactly, exactly. And yeah, I'm very happy right now. So yeah, that's all that matters. So
On the off chance, Mr. Luke, all right, I'm not going to ask about this lady. It's none of my damn business. All right, it's none of my damn business. But I always like to do this little bit if I know that the guest is talking to someone or any of that jazz. Tell me what you like about her. What got you enthralled about her? What got you entangled into wanting to pursue this as something? Notice I can't even look into the camera. I can't even, because I like, part of me is like, I work. Hey, this is me. This is me. There's a term in Tagalog. I'm Filipino. There's a term in Tagalog called sip sip, which is being a kiss ass. All right. And I know I'm being a little bit of a kiss ass to the person that may or may not be watching. So my question
she
is,
definitely is.
okay,
100%.
if she is watching, my question is this, Mr. Luke, and then we'll move on to the next segment. What is it about her? Why did she win over your heart? Why did she, it was able to pick up the pieces that were shattered in June or July of this year and run with it?
Yeah, there's this sounds very generic, but there's a lot of things I love about her. She's very kind. She's very sweet. She's gorgeous for one thing. She's absolutely fucking stunning. And yeah, it's just kind of very similar in terms of empathy and understanding, and she's very genuine. Um, and I feel like it's important to establish a friendship and like a common relationship before going to that. And I feel like as soon as we were talking, it was very easy to chat about everything. And yeah, an amazing woman who is yeah, she's taught me a lot actually over the past, like, we haven't been talking for that long, but over the past like month or so.
I love
And,
that.
she I think we complement each other very well, and I think that's very important. So yeah, she's gorgeous.
Wow.
And
Wow.
yeah,
And she's what? No.
fucking sexy.
There it is. Fucking
Yeah.
sexy. Do you hear this? Do you hear this, guys? Fucking sexy was the word he used. And to the significant other, I'm looking right at you. All right. So my PayPal is. I'm stupid.
This guy.
Hey, I gotta admit, this is my way of making a little bit of content too. But dude, I'm so happy for you. I'm on it genuinely. Like I know it could sometimes feel a little bit disingenuous being on a show and having to say all the nice things, but like for the past, what has it been? 2.5 hours, 2 hours, 50-ish minutes of us talking. I've learned, I'm gonna be honest with you. All right. The thing about these shows is I don't know the world of you still. I got a 15-minute window. As long as we've done this show, I got a 15-minute window, but I'm so thankful for that window because and here's my little, I want to make this a new bit, but it's a risky bit. But because I like you so much and because I'm so comfortable with you, I'll do the bit with you.
Me too.
The bit is, it's human nature to judge. It's our defense mechanism. of sorts.
Absolutely.
That we're able to make these judgments, good or bad, and that protects us from giving that person a shot. When I first met you, or when I first saw you on this stream, I'm like, this motherfucker just is just slamming left and right. He is a pimp. He is. There is something in the water down under, because we all know that he is just schlanging down there. All right, he's just absolutely breaking backs. He's actually a part-time chiropractor, if you didn't know that, ladies and gentlemen. And so that was disgusting. I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize to the editor that has to edit that shit out. But don't turn red, sir. All right, this man's turning into tomato.
Golden. That's golden.
But then
A lot of people have this assumption about me.
It's something. I think it might be the hair, to be honest with you. It's very specific. It's the hair. And then the thing is, Luke, we talk for hours, and then I find out that you're a sweetheart. I find out that you're genuinely very respectful, and that you know, of course, mix that with the tragedies of what's been going on with your past love lives. The three exes, two of them leaving because of distance, and one more leaving because of infidelity, and all that culminating to you know where you are right now. And I have to apologize to you, similar how I apologize to Jordy. You know, I totally misread you, and like I honestly, dude, I love you a ton, and I'm rooting for your success, not just here, but with this new lady that you're talking to as well. That she could see the value in who you are. Beyond, I mean, of course, you're a looker, but beyond that, the content of your heart and your soul. I think that's the biggest thing.
Just kiss me, moms. Jeez, come on.
Get
it over and done with.
You know, I got a way with words, my man. That's why I'm on this shit. This is why I'm on this platform. All right, I can spit. Don't let that.
Can we get a kiss at home?
Kiss at home? Oh my goodness! I gotta make up for my height somehow. So that's the reason why I started reading fucking dictionaries and thesauruses left and right. But dude, thank you so much for sharing your life story. I act as if we're ending the show, but this is only 2/3 of the show, dude. You're coming into the Thunderdome now. We have been collecting community questions for hours, all right?
Yes.
And frankly, I have not vetted any of them. So we're going to read them through, but are you using the restroom as well?
Could I? Yeah, I was gonna say, you need to go to the restroom?
Yeah, but you can go first. I've already went. You can go first, and I'll go.
Ladies first, or...
I'll take that right now. You think I'm elderly first?
Okay, I'll go first. Okay, I'll be right back.
Go ahead. What a diva, guys. Jeez Louise. How you guys doing? Yo, Crisp, how you doing, my man? Been a while. Desi, guys, do any of you guys know who she is? Do anyone know? Does anyone know? Guys, we need this. We fucking need this. It's got to be Charlie. All right? It's chat time. What a fucking diva. That's what I'm saying. Hey, buddy, clickety, dude. How have you been? How's your day? I was going to reach out to you, my man. I was wondering how you been. Dead ass. I have you on Twitter. I was going to DM you on Twitter one night. I was kind of a little woozy, if you catch my drift. And I was like, clickety, I haven't seen this motherfucker in a hot second. Says, thanks for the in, moms. I got you. Hey, it's on the fucking house. This is my job, ladies and gentlemen. It's the job. This has been a great show, Elijah. Thank you so much for being here. I'm glad that you guys have enjoyed it, especially just supporting your boy, man. It's all love to him. He deserves it. He deserves all the love in the world, guys. If you haven't subbed or followed or any of that shit, dude, do it now, man. He's aside from all the content, aside from all the talent, such a good soul. Such a good soul. Hi, moms. Hey, Mav. I want to know so bad. I know. What a cliffhanger over here. Yo, Park. Hey, baby. Who is she? I don't know, Tomek. Oh my gosh. Okay, you're gonna hit me with the Kappa? I got you. You're gonna be the future marbles winner, all right? Charlie replaced me. Hi, mom. Yo, Desi. Natty. Dude, thanks for being here. Guys. Oh my gosh. And the gifted to Beef Panda. Thank you so much. Awkward Nano. It's your turn, my man. Take care of him, all right?
Got you.
Go ahead.
Got you. Woo! Spicy, chat. Well, how are you guys? How is everybody going in chat? How you guys going? Beefy got gifted us up. Nano, you are so kind. Short man, don't say short man. How are you all? Good to see you. Hitus, how you going? Desi's here. What's up, Crisp? What's up, Clicking Crisp? Parker, good to see you. Can we get some Peepo Haze? Charlie, you sexy motherfucker. How you going, Charlie? Good to see you. Fuck. Beefy, freaking Stanny, everybody, Nano, Natasha, Charlie, Hitus, Adam, Crispy, you're a sexy boy. Fuck yeah, or sexy girl. I don't know which one, but yeah. How is it going? Do you guys? How's it going? Are you nervous? I'm actually. I to begin with, I was a little bit nervous, but within like the first 10 minutes, I feel very comfortable. He's such a. I love this man. What's up, Natty? Good to see you. He's a great fucking host. He's honestly. Doc, good to see you, Mr. Alex. This is I honestly like I don't feel nervous at all talking to him. I feel very open, so it's really enjoyable. It's very nice to have such a nice conversation with him. What's up, Tia? Good to see you, Manav. Don't pog off me. We're learning so much, Joe, and I'm happy to hear that. Are you nervous for everyone's questions? I mean, yeah, probably. Thank you, Natty. Give me my. You're doing good. Thank you, Biddy. Thank you, Biddy. Fake streamer. Get out of here. Pineapple, good to see you. Honestly, this has been such an enjoyable experience. I'm very happy that he's invited me. Very humbled. Very, very humbled.
Wow.
What's wild?
I was looking outside my window. I think a car hit a fucking light post. Anyways, that's crazy. Anyway,
I thought you heard me saying some nice things about you. I was like, oh shit, oh god.
I just assume you're all talking shit about my height. I don't know. It's kind of
5'6". Yeah.
Hey, listen, ladies. All right, you can wear all the flats you want. No heels involved with this guy. All right, you don't gotta. Your feet don't gotta hurt anymore. Is that how it goes? Anyway, I'm stupid. First one. All right. Here's the rules for this segment. I'm gonna read you them. I'm gonna try my best not to read any of if there's any gotchas or anything that's over the line. If they're comments or anything, just react to it. We'll move on from there. If it's a question, answer as much as you'd like or as best of your ability. That's about it.
Sure.
Okay. So the first one is a comment, and it says, "We love you." Damn. Wow. If that's setting the standard, I don't know what will. Next one here.
Love it.
Goes, Luke. How do you feel about leaving your friends behind that haven't grown as much as you lately? Don't lie for the stream and internet. Try to be honest if you can.
Could you repeat that? Sorry.
Sure.
Is that okay?
I'll read it a little slower too. Luke.
Thank you.
How do you feel about leaving your friends behind that haven't grown as much as you have lately? Don't lie for the stream and internet. Try to be honest if you can.
I find that question quite puzzling, to be honest. I don't feel like I've left anybody behind, to be honest. I'm not too sure how to answer that, if I'm totally honest with you. I don't feel like obviously there's friendships and stuff that were stronger, a few months ago, but I feel like it's not because I've grown in a sense. It's more because I've, changing focus. But honestly, I don't feel like I've left anyone behind. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. That's a very interesting question. I don't know how to answer that, to be honest with you.
And it's no problem, but okay. If more often than not, I'm not even going to understand the context more than the person that's the guest, because some of these things are either within IRL friends or community. It could be a one-off. Next one here says, what would you change about yourself if you could?
Oh, geez. That's very broad. God, what would I change about myself? Anything. It can be physical or
anything.
Honestly, I wouldn't. I don't have anything I'd want to change.
Even
about
I
myself.
have. Maybe actually being 6'1". Anyways, there.
Well, I've already. No, honestly, swear it, like on my. I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change a thing. I don't think there's. Like I said, I embrace my uniqueness, and I think that's it's a good thing. So
I like that a lot. I like that kind of confidence too. What's your opinion on long distance relationships?
That's a good question. I think if both parties are willing to I think it depends on the relationship, obviously, with the two people. But if both people are willing to make not the sacrifice, but are willing to make the extra effort to make it work, then I think anything can work. To be honest, I'm like not traditionally, but like typically I would be quite against it because I'm quite a physical person. In a sense, like I when I'm with somebody, I like to be with somebody. I like to hold them and whatever, touch them and stuff like that. But I think there's an element where of the physical side I do need, but I think if the person, I don't know, if it's worth, I don't know, if you care about that person enough, I think anything's really worth it. And if they're willing to put in the effort as well, then I think that's the important part. So, yeah, but I typically I would say that it's very difficult and it's very, I wouldn't usually be for it, but yeah. If that's a good answer, I don't know. Yeah.
There's no such thing as good or bad answers for this one. This is just to the T.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand where this one's going, so I'll just read it aloud for you. You could take it or leave
Yeah.
it. Have you ever played Truth or Dare in real life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
yeah. At
Yeah.
parties when you're in high school. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird
Mhm.
one.
Have you, Mom?
Me personally? Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. But then I was also the wuss that would only choose truth.
Ah.
Because you know what the dares are. You know, it's just too much. It's too
Yeah.
much. Drink
Take
weird
off your
shit.
pants
Take up.
and-
Oh,
yeah,
okay. I
yeah.
guess that's.
Oh.
that's
Ah.
we went.
Stand
drink,
up. Stand up.
Oh wow, yeah, dude, yeah, man, wow. This guy's ladies and gentlemen, the funniest streamer in New Zealand. Apparently, we got fucking Luke. What a joke! What a fucking joke! Stand up my ass, dude. Did the work PC have decent specs?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. It was 1080 Ti kind of.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was plenty. It streamed. Yeah, that was one of the biggest things why I wanted why I could start streaming, because they upgraded and I was like, I can use this fucking thing to stream, because I didn't have the money at the time to buy a PC. So yeah, definitely, it was well within the limits of streaming for sure. Yeah.
What would you tell your fetus streamer self? I am assuming they're talking about you starting off as a streamer.
Right. That's a very strange way to put it.
Yeah.
But yep.
But what advice would you give yourself early on to make things in streaming easier for you now?
Ooh. I think I say this on my stream quite often actually, but I think there's a few key elements of when you start streaming that you think that it's important to pay attention to, things like view count and all like the statistics that come along with it. Obviously it's important, further in the line, but yeah, I would highly recommend turning off the view count, pretending like there's 1,000 people watching all the time. That's a big thing that I wish I freaking understood, because I felt like I was catering for the audience of 0 people, and if you cater to the audience of 0 people, you're gonna get nobody. So it's if you pretend, if you think that there's 100 people watching it all the time, then you're kind of putting yourself at that level, so then people can come to that level, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I
yes.
mean?
Kind of act like you've been there before. Kind of like, if you it's the whole dress for the job you want, but in terms of streaming.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. And I think that when I started streaming, I was very I didn't talk, I was just playing the game, but yeah, I think it's very important to even if you're talking about what happened, what happened at work kind of thing. I think it's very important to create an engagement where people can talk to you and stuff like that, which is which I wish I knew when I started, because I didn't understand that at all. So definitely chatting about everything and anything, turning the view count off, not looking at, not letting that affect your mentality if you're current, if you're enjoying the game, you enjoy the game because you enjoy it. You're not enjoying it because you got 10 people watching, you know what I mean? It's separate. So I don't know. Yeah.
This one's a comment. It says, I already have the OnlyFans. Ladies, hit me up. I don't even know who wrote that. That's the worst part.
Oh God, yeah.
I'm just gonna assume all the negative ones are Charlie. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna assume any of the negative ones. That's a Charlie GG if I've ever seen one.
That's yeah.
So salty. I don't know why he's so bitter. I don't know what's going on. You'd think he'd just take it out in the gym, but
Uh,
hey, I don't know.
yeah, he goes 7 days
Yeah.
a week, so yeah. he
I
just takes it out of the
apparently,
gym, yeah.
dude. I'm waiting for the
Yeah,
next
yeah.
arm pic that he'll post on Twitter. I don't know, man. I don't know. He's out of a. I that shit needs to be not safe for work. Anywho, have you, have you ever played Roblox or think about playing it?
Is that a question?
That is legit. I'm not even. You think I'm fucking coming up with this on
I
the
thought
spot?
that came from you. I was like, what the
I'm
heck?
not. I'm reading literally on my screen right here. All these questions.
No, no.
That's
no.
not you?
I'm very good friends with a streamer who loves Roblox, but
Mm.
it's not something that I would consider. No, not
Fair
my cup
play.
of tea.
Here's another one. Says, "Moms, can you get Crewy to mentor Luke, please? He needs some humor." What are these? I don't even know who the fuck would
Whoa.
write this. This is too much.
I mean,
This is,
I'd take mentoring from Crew. I fucking look up to that guy. He's a great streamer. Of
oh
course,
my
I would.
gosh,
Any day of
fantastic,
the week.
fantastic.
Any
stream,
day of the
yeah.
week.
I honestly,
Yeah.
if for some reason, if I were never streaming again, say this were my last time to ever stream, I would not be shocked to see Crewy just absolutely blow up in a couple years time, or even a
Mate.
year's time. Who knows? As a matter of fact,
Yeah, guarantee you. Yeah, I agree. I agree completely.
it's the sexy Harry Potter. You just can't.
Exactly.
Mhm.
The buff, sexy Harry
Yeah.
Potter. He's got everything going for him. He's a
Some
great
people
guy,
have
great guy.
sexy Harry Potter. Some people have poor man's Justin Bieber. It doesn't matter, you know. You just play with what you got, apparently.
This guy.
Hey, whatever. Hey, take a seat. Take a seat. All right, get off the stool that you're on. Take a seat. So we got.
How many swings do you take?
Because the thing is, you got
You
a
better
whole.
watch out, Mom. You better watch
You,
out.
you got a whole. Yeah, you can beat the shit out of me when we meet up in PAX. By all means, by all means, I'll buy you a beer while you beat the shit out of me. But, but
yeah.
it is. It is what it is. Here. What made you choose online streaming as a full-time job versus a different profession?
Again, I think it's where my passion lies in terms of my interests and what drives me the most. I think is to create content and to play video games and create a community and stuff. That's just where my heart lies. Yeah. So, I honestly I haven't considered, after my last job, I haven't really considered any other profession, to be honest. It's just been purely focused on
Streaming.
this and the e-commerce thing, which is kind of not happening anymore. So yeah, for sure.
These next two are comments. First one, Kith me. Not
Hi,
sure.
Kith, yes.
Yeah, okay. Next one says Pog off. Oh my gosh.
Right, I know who that is as well.
Who is it? Who do you think it is?
That'd be Manav.
Manav.
Manav in the chat. It's a bit of a yeah.
There's something
there's a
about
bit of-
being a grown ass man reading that I just don't. It doesn't sit well with me. It
No.
feels weird. It feels weird.
Relatable.
But they hit you with a JK. What is your goal on Twitch going to be? Literally, that's a whole sentence. So let's just cut out the JK.
Okay.
What's your goal in Twitch? What's your prerogative on Twitch?
Honestly, I there's no kind of. I mean, there's obviously I have goals for followers and things like that. But the main objective, and I don't want to sound stereotypical or whatever it may be, is honestly to just enjoy what I do, wake up and enjoy the time that I spend on the platform, and and make and create a community and build a community that there's like I said, there's banter and everything. There's a bit of comedy and humor in there, but it's the main focus is to create a positive place where people can support each other and just have a fucking good time. That's the core of it. Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
That's a really good question. I would like to think that I'd be partnered on Twitch by then and have I'd be doing this still. I'd love to. I still yet haven't really. I don't think I'm at the stage of my content creation for. I haven't really taken the time to step into like YouTube and stuff like that. So I'd like to think that I'd be still streaming, and diversifying my content into other areas on the internet, and yeah, just creating good content and yeah, around fun, good people and having a good community surrounding me. So yeah.
The next one is a comment. It says, "Imagine being 5'6". Yep. All right. That's rude. Just getting through that. Gonna just blow out with that one.
How are you gonna take that one, Mom? How are you gonna take that?
On the chin. All right. I'm a champ. It's that USA. All right. It's that USA grit here. Okay. Not at all. Not at all, Providence. All right. Not at all, guys. I classify as Asian. I classify as Filipino. I refuse the, I stop the count. Whatever. Anywho, this one's a comment, but it's a nice little letter. It goes, "Oi, oi, Luke, oi. You're one of my favorite streamers, and I'm so happy I got to meet you. You're such a strong person, and you're so genuine with chat and showing how much you appreciate everyone. I hope I get to meet you before you move. Much love, Lukey, mate. Heart, you deserve so much more than you get."
Yeah, she's lovely. That's Desi. She's lovely.
How do you know that's Desi? They didn't even write a name. They didn't even write their name.
It said May on it. It said May on it, didn't it?
I said mate.
Oh, mate. Well,
Yeah.
well, maybe it's not Desi then. But that's
interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, it could be. It could be. We'll see.
Could be.
That's very nice. That's very kind.
Yikes! This one's not just a shot at me. Is it just me, or does anyone else get the sense that Mom's podcast becomes therapist sessions a lot of the time? That's not wrong. You're not wrong. It does become that.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
because I asked the questions that are, that are more introspective, that are not, anyone can go sit here and suck the guest's dick. Anyone, literally. Easy. Relax, my man. Relax, all right? The shipping cost is too far. But what it is, it's like, wanting to be intentional with our time and lean into and that's why when you told me I'm an open book, Moms, I love when people tell me that, because I will not hold back. I'll ask you the questions that are a little harder and awkward, Me having to ask you your reactions with your most recent ex is tough. But I feel like it gave us a better understanding of who you are and what you're working through, and the resilience of just your personality. Speaking of her, actually, the question remains. It's in here. Do you think your girlfriend who cheated on you still watches your streams? Also, if she does, what would you want to say to her that you couldn't in July? Wow, that's a really good question. Fuck, that's actually a question I wanted to ask you.
Ooh, that's a fucking good question. I do. I can confirm that she has. I have seen her pop into my stream sometime and say hello. But honestly, there's nothing. Before I left, I said everything that I wanted to say, and I don't think there's anything left that I have nothing to tell her, and I have nothing to say to her, and quite frankly, I don't want anything to do with this. So yeah, I have nothing to say, and I do know that she obviously knows that I stream because she's been there since the beginning, kind of thing. So, yeah, I can't stop that. It's a public place, so if she wants to watch, she wants to watch, but I have nothing to do with her. So,
What's your biggest regret, Luke?
Biggest regret? Wow, that's a fucking hefty one. I think being more honest and open with my parents, I think, is probably one of the things that I wish. I've been fairly honest and open with them as the past few years, but I've definitely shied away from telling them exactly how I feel, because of their outlook. But I think there is somewhat of a, I wish there are some things I wish because they're always there for me, kind of thing, regardless. So I wish there was times where I've been through a few things and I've avoided them because I've been scared. But I do regret not saying, like, the whole telling them I quit thing. I definitely felt very guilty about that. So there are times where there's a bit of regret with being very honest with them, because I do think that at the end of the day, regardless of their opinion, it's your family. They're always going to be there for you. So yeah.
How did you meet the girl you are talking to now?
Through my Twitch. Yeah, on Twitch. Actually, not through my channel, believe it or not. Through someone else's channel. So yeah.
Wow.
Just a yeah.
Nice. Okay, this might be an inside joke. Is life like a river?
Oh Lord. Uh, so that was like a week ago. I tried to, I told you that I'm a bit of a papega, and England doesn't come out of my brain properly. There was me trying to be inspirational, and I had a quote in my head that I'd heard from, I believe it was Alan Watts, the philosopher. He's a great
Oh yeah,
great philosopher.
Ah,
Great
familiar with
philosopher.
him.
I learned a lot from that man, but I tried to quote him on something, and I may have quoted it completely wrong, and I made it very stupid and very
What's the
very
quote? How did you say it?
Somebody will paste it in the chat, surely. I know
Please,
if Charlie's there.
if someone could
I
paste
don't
the
wanna-
exact
I don't
words,
wanna-
I will read it aloud for you. All right, please, someone take and I.
Is somebody
Please.
pasting it? Because I can paste it for you.
Please,
If Charlie's-
if anyone, wait, what is it? Is it okay? Here it is. I'll read it aloud. Life is like a river. You constantly
Charlie's
move.
gonna love this.
Okay, hold on. Let's
Sorry. I'll shut up.
I'll make it so you could send it to, or you could keep it here. All right. This one's on the house. Usually I pay extra, or you pay extra for this, but this is a quote from Lukeoce. Life is like a river. You constantly move, and sometimes you can't control the rocks in front of you. You've just got to move around it and keep on going.
It sounds a lot better when you say it.
What is that bullshit? What is this? That's a word. That's a terrible fortune cookie, my man. I would have thrown that shit away. That is not even a basic bitch will get that shit tattooed on their back. All right, that's how bad that quote was. Jeez Louise, dude. Oh my!
You made that a million times better. I wish I had the clip, because I actually deleted the clip of me saying that.
Was there
'cause I
stuttering?
cringed.
Was there?
No,
what was it so bad?
Yeah, there's probably a bit of stuttering. There's a bit of hand movement. You didn't do that.
Okay, yeah, this is not okay. This is not okay. This is registered, all right? This is can't keep me away from your kids, all right? Kind of hand movement.
Oh God, that is not something that I need to repeat again. Yeah,
That
yeah,
is a
agreed.
fantastic. Oh, I love
Agreed,
that. I
agreed.
love that. I love that so much.
Charlie will love you forever for that. By the way, just so
Hey.
you know.
Charlie, I got you. Actually, fun fact, I met Charlie first before I met you. Charlie,
Oh.
Charlie was one of the rare people I was roaming Twitch and stumbled upon his channel while a little bit out of it.
Unfortunate.
It was he's
No,
good.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I don't want to, I'm glad
Okay, I love
glad he
that.
hits the gym now. Glad he's no, I'm joking. Charlie, you look good. You look good, my man. You look fucking great. You look great. You look fucking great. You were jacked. All right, you jacked.
We call them noodle arms. It's okay.
Noodle arms? Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Rude. All right. Interesting. The question here remains. Do you have a positive self-talk ritual? How do you bring yourself up every day, since there's always weird or toxic people on chat?
To be honest, chat doesn't bother me. There's nothing that people say in my chat that can. I'm very resilient with people on Twitch. Actually, I don't take much offense from anything in chat, because there's a lot of roasting, a lot of banter. So I'm kind of fairly resilient. But I think the battle for me in terms of that is my own thinking. I'm a big overthinker, and I sometimes get into my own head about whatever it may be. So I think the positive, the self encouragement, positive talk comes from is me trying to tell myself that everything's fine. But yeah, I do. I often I'm a big believer of mental health and exercise, and like positive mental health and exercise go hand in hand. So I often try to go for a walk if I'm not feeling down, and I try to just slow my brain down and tell myself that everything's okay. So yeah, I do have somewhat of a routine with that. Yeah. Yeah.
This one's a comment here. Thank you for inspiring me every day. I can't thank you enough. I can't wait to see where you go. Keep being you. Love you. Heart.
Damn.
No, I know.
Whew.
These are probably the nicest
That's
things
really
you're
nice.
gonna hear. We have 6 more. We have 4 more. I'll read 4 more, and then we'll move on to the next segment here. It says,
Sounds
hands down, this has been the best experience watching. Moms Online, shout out to you, but also Luke. if you could go back in time, would you do anything differently, or are you happy with life as is?
The good and the bad. I think everything happened. Not to sound, we're getting a bit on the old stereotypical kind of shitty inspirational quote for me right now, but I honestly believe that everything good and the bad has led up to this moment, and I wouldn't change a thing. Even though there's been a lot of turmoil, a lot of pain. I think that, you know, those are the things that kind of mold you into a stronger person and a stronger mentality. So I wouldn't change it for a bit, because I currently think that this is I am totally and completely super happy that where I am right now. I think I'm very content with the current position I'm in. So I honestly wouldn't change a thing, to be honest with you. Yeah.
How would you describe yourself in 5 words? Plus, you're amazing. Keep up the great work.
The most handsome Twitch streamer. There you go. Boom. Easy peasy. No,
Fair play,
I don't know.
fair play.
The most Papega Twitch streamer. There we go.
Okay, I'll take it. We have 2 more here. First one goes, does Twitch genuinely make you happy? For someone else wanting to pursue Twitch as their career, what would be your words of wisdom?
Yeah, it genuinely does make me happy. I think not just the streaming itself. I think the interaction with the community and the friends that I've made, the connections. I think it's the fact that the friends, and I would consider them somewhat family, that I've made through Twitch. Finding similar interests and stuff like that. Definitely, has given me a lot of happiness, or whatever you want to call it. But if you're looking into starting streaming, if that's kind of, if you think that that's something that's gonna drive your passion and your happiness, then yeah, absolutely, I would give anything a shot. You know, the worst thing that can happen is it doesn't make you happy, and then you go, well, fuck, you know, I've learned that it doesn't. So there's, you know, I feel like you should always try something if you're feeling a little bit of passion or somewhat of a bit of a drive for it. Yeah, give it a go, and if it doesn't work, then try something else.
Yeah. We all know how much of a nice person you are. You let us all, well, maybe not all of us, DM you if we feel down. Is it exhausting sometimes to reply to your DMs?
Yeah, it can be. It can be. There are times where you know, I can be in somewhat of a bad mood, or in a kind of feeling a bit emotional about something, or something happens, and it is tough to be there for somebody that's also hurting, because you kind of, when you speak to someone that's going through something, you kind of have to inherit somewhat of that pain, in a sense, with listening and being there for them. But I think that for me, I think that's something that it's a promise I made, so I will always stand by that, because I feel like even if I can't give, you know, the best advice, I'm always there to listen. And I think that for a lot of the time, that's what some people need. They just need somebody to just be like, hey, you know, I'm feeling like shit, and this is what's going on. And then, you know, making them feel like they're heard and they're valid. I think it's a big part of helping somebody through something, for sure.
And last one here is a comment. It says, "Oi, Lukey, also can't wait to peepo smash for you kissing my man's LMAO heart."
That's 100% Desi.
That's 100. Who are you kissing?
You know Instinct, bro.
Yeah, I know Instinct.
Yeah. We met up with Geordie and some other boys a few weeks ago, and Desi May, she and him. And I told her that I get to kiss her boyfriend before her, and we did it on stream, and then
wow,
this
guy
took the leap of faith and
foot in the door into the OF content. Really, just foot in the door. Just,
I mean, you know, the kennel, man. There's
yeah. You just get worked up amongst each other. It seems like this is I'm starting to think it's less. it's less of a stream team and more just y'all just linking up, man. Oh, where do I sign up if this is the case? Jeez Louise. Holy cow.
I mean, Midget and Jordy, so
I know. The math is adding up. All right? Too fast. Are you guys? I think you all are just gonna populate it within. Then it sounds like.
Well, that's why we
much.
get a girl and a boy every time. You know,
Exactly. It's a dynasty. It sounds like it's a
That's
dynasty.
exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
Me and Charlie, and yeah. The rest is history.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But Mr. Luke, thank you so much for answering those questions. All right, you've run the gauntlet with me. All right, you've spent over 3 hours with Old Man Moms, talking about your life, talking about your experience on Twitch, answering these community questions. But much like in anything in life, nothing's free, and so I'm gonna need you to do 2 things for me. All right.
Okay.
First thing is, do you have the stream up?
I don't know.
Can you get the stream up and
I'll get it up just for you, Moms. Yeah.
Oh wow. Feel like that's not the first time you've said that. That's the crazy part. It's insane. It's insane.
Oh yeah. Okay. It's up and it's ready.
Dope. Can you choose one person from that the chat that isn't myself, a mod, or a current VIP?
Just anybody?
Anybody on the house. It's a good thing. Don't worry.
Okay. I'll pick Hiatus.
Hiatus, are you here? Is Hiatus here? I need you to type anything in the chat so I could Hiatus is here. Yes. Hiatus, you won VIP. So it's yours. I'm gonna spam you here a list of VIPs. Don't choose Rose or Charlie, but any of the other ones. All right, Apple, Boone, Odie, Tolerable, and Tukes. It's your pick, Hiatus. Choose any of them. All right, they're not even watching. Don't worry. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry. We'll take care of them. I was gonna choose Charlie. I know. My bad. I actually have to get rid of him already. So go ahead, Hiatus. Who do you got? I can't move on without this. All right. It's tough. This is the down part of this segment. Boone, you got it. All right.
Bye, Boone.
Sorry, Boone Daddy. Bye. All right.
I mean, he's got numbers in his name, so yeah.
True. I appreciate when the name is shorter and easier to spell. It's aesthetically, it looks better. At least on the little segment there because it's on the top. Anywho, the second thing I need you to do for me, Luke. All right, you've experienced all of this. All right, we've had a conversation. You sat down with me. I heard you out. You shared your story, which I'm eternally grateful for. But it remains, since you're an insider now, since you're now part of the network, which get ready for that on Discord. And you understand the ins and outs of this show, who is someone you would like to watch beyond this and experience the exact same harassment and emotional roller coaster that you yourself have?
I had a few people in mind, actually, because you already told me about this. I was gonna say Hiatus because he's a fantastic streamer. If you haven't really checked him out, you should. But I know, just give him the VIP. So I don't know if have you heard of Beefy Pandas?
I have not heard of Beefy Panda. I'm sorry.
Great name.
That's a great name. It hit
different.
It hit different.
Highly recommend. Yeah, I would give. Yeah.
BEFY Pandas.
Exactly. Exactly. I'll type in. Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. Awesome. Beefy Pandas.
He's a fantastic streamer, and I feel like his story would be super interesting. So
dope. Let's perfect. So I'll write that down. I'll hit him up in the near future once I get all that settled down. But Mr. Luke, all right? We're tiptoeing our way to the final segment of the evening. Okay? It's been so much fun. But all great things have to come to an end. So
absolutely.
In this final segment here, this whole show was inspired by an IRL television show that I used to watch as a kid inside the actor's studio. Do you know that? You don't know it. Bullshit that you know it. You know it?
I have no, I have heard of that. Yes, I have heard of that. I haven't watched it, but I have heard of it. Yes.
Guys, you hear how high his voice went? That's a new octave. I've never heard that one before.
Excuse me. No, because I've been watching all your YouTube videos and all your prior to inviting me after watching Geordie's stuff, and yeah, I've looked it up and I've seen parts of it. Yeah, for sure.
Perfect. All right. Well, the inspiration comes from that. And as an homage to the late great host of that show, for 23 years, he would bring on actors, actresses, entertainers of the sort, and ask them all the same 10 questions. And so I pulled up those 10 questions, and we're going to do the exact same thing here tonight. It's the same way I've ended every one of my shows from the very start, from the very first episode of this to now today with you. There's only 2 rules that I have, all right? The first thing is more a rule for myself, but I will not speak at all when you're answering these questions. There'll be complete silence. I'm going to wait for a pause, and then I'll move on. The second thing is that, yeah, you do have to answer all the questions, but more importantly, try to keep it within one thought process. It doesn't have to be one word. It doesn't have to be one paragraph. Just keep it within one thought, all right? Are you after that? You know, we'll do our piece. I'll tell you all the goodbyes as well as all the stuff that I'd like to incorporate you in the future, and then we'll go our separate ways there, and we'll raid us out to someone. Or I'll find out someone to raid. I already got it right there. I know who I'll raid. But are you ready, good. Mr. Luke?
I am ready. Thank you.
All right. Yes. All right, Luke. Question 1. What is your favorite word?
Papega.
What is your least favorite word?
Hate.
What turns you on?
Titties.
What turns you off?
Feet.
What sound or noise do you love?
Raining while sleeping. On the roof. Would that make sense? Yeah.
What sound or noise do you hate?
Ooh, fuck. Angry yelling? I don't know.
What is your favorite curse word?
Cunt.
What profession, other than your own, would you like to attempt?
Business owner.
What profession would you not like to do?
Surgeon. Or doctor.
And lastly, Luke, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
You've done a good job. I'm proud of you.
There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Lukeoce. Holy cow, Luke. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Honestly, a pleasure. More than a pleasure. More than you know. Trust me.
No,
Trust me.
Let me give you this will be the final double glog that I'll give you, all right, in terms verbally. You know, hearing your story, the parts that we were able to cover, and the glimpse into your life, man, I resonate a lot with your journey. I resonate a lot with specifically your professional one. It's tough to chase a dream, and these forces that we were taught growing up, our family, our friends, those around us. Naturally, we lean upon that for support, but when we don't get that, you're really walking a lonely journey. And the thing is this, I understand there are people that are watching us here tonight, but me speaking directly to you, streamer to streamer, it's tough. It's tough. This is not a world that you've streamed longer than I, and I'm even over here telling you, yeah, this is bullshit. This is all the glitz and glamour. It's nice. Like you truly have to love what you're doing in order to succeed on this platform, and I see that with you. I see that every stream that I'm lurking. I see that you genuinely love the people that come through. You give an ear and an opportunity to those that are new, which I think is vital in creating a community where many people are only willing to keep a certain standard. You're willing to at least give them a shot and entertain the possibility of them growing into a bigger part of your world, of the world that you've all created. So what I say is this, Luke, I'm rooting for you, and I'm excited to see where you go in life. And this will not be our final conversation. I could tell you that.
Good.
And it's an absolute blessing to have heard your story, even for it being 3 hours and 45 minutes. However brief, I say it's brief. This is not even anything, but how brief it was. You're one of the biggest surprises I've had on this show, and I'm absolutely blessed to have you on here, my man. Your family now, your family. So I appreciate you.
I really appreciate that, honestly. Thank you.
But you get the final. Oh, that being said, I have another show called The Network. It's much more casual. We just fucking drink and hang out.
I've watched it. I've watched it.
Oh, you watched it? Oh my god.
I would be more than honored to join you sometime. I would love to. I would love to have a few drinks with people.
Peyton Parker. I would love to have it with like yourself and Jordy and Midge if I can find a way for schedules to line up. Hell, maybe we can get Charlie on here. We'll see. Or maybe some more people from your team. But with that being said, of course, join the Discord so I can give you that role and all that, and we'll keep in contact through and through.
I'm in there.
Okay, perfect.
Sounds good, man. I would love to, honestly, anytime.
But you get the final word, Mr. Luke. Is there anything you would like to say to those that are watching here tonight, or myself here in general?
No, honestly, I only have good words to say to you, my friend. I really appreciate everything you do, and obviously this opportunity to come on has been has been a blessing. But to choose you said you were going to go through the kennel and
of course, I got my eyes.
And for me, I'll take it as a compliment that I'm sooner than Charlie, so that's okay with me.
Putting me in a fucking hot seat right now. I gotta eventually talk to the guy. Holy shit, Jesus.
No, but seriously, for a serious second, I really, really, really appreciate you inviting me. It's been it's again, like joining the kennel was a dream of mine, and coming on here after watching you for so many streams has been something that I would have loved to do. So for you to invite me is I'm very humbled, and I'm very appreciative. So thank you so much. It really does mean a lot. And I look forward to drinking a beer with you, and you I've seen the things you do on your streams.
Don't worry, the VODs aren't kept, all right, my man. We delete that shit. We gotta get that shit out of here. But
well, I look forward to it, honestly. I can't wait to do more whatever it is, to make more content.
Collab,
and hang out more. Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. All right, my man. Well, you take care. Thanks so much for being here again, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Lukeoce.
Bye. Thank you so much, mate. Honestly, a pleasure.
You too, my man. Much love.
Catch you later.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, what a gentleman. All right, what a fucking stunner.